Good morning, everybody. Welcome. I'm Melodee. Nathan is here with me at the CutterPillar Studios at the home office. We're excited. Today's day number 2 of our Fall Fest.
Day 2.
Day 2 Fall Fest. We're super excited. Welcome. We're so glad you guys are here. We had fun yesterday. I loved it. That was so much fun. For those of you that joined us yesterday, we appreciate that very much. We had a great time. We're excited to be here again today.
Have a bunch of things going on.
We have lots of stuff happening, guys.
Quick download, give you some agenda if you're joining us. We have a couple stories. We're going to be doing some giveaways, and we want to present some solutions to you.
Yeah.
A little bit differently than we have with some of the combos and our products. And so if you joined us yesterday, you'll know we have a little bit of a different format we're kind of working through.
Yeah.
Fun. We hope to hear some of your stories as well.
Yes.
We did talk a little bit about Halloween yesterday, a little bit.
We talked a little bit about Halloween. We talked a little bit about Thanksgiving. We talked a little bit about Christmas. We talked a little bit about the fall, the winter. There's snow here in Utah.
We talked about Houston Festival, which Melodee had a chance to be at. Now she's back.
Yes, it was
with
so
us
fun.
Here
Yes.
in town in Sandy, Utah, Draper, Utah, which is where we're out of.
Yes.
So glad she's back.
I'm back.
And
I don't have anywhere else to go for a while.
So then she wants to say, "Oh, that's so sad."
I'm sad about it a little bit. I'm sad about it a little bit because I love that part of my job so much. It's so funny. Like I've been doing it for so many years between the scrapbooking world and now the quilting world. People that I've worked with over the years have been just like, "Oh, it's so grueling to go to these shows. It's so hard. I hate it. It's so much. It's so much." My hair's being weird today. Sorry, guys. And I love it. I love every bit about it. I love going to the airport. I love flying on the planes.
Love going to the airport. I don't know if I would say that. Not sure if I would say love going to the airport.
I love it.
And that's probably because your airport experience is a little bit different, though. So you got to state those kind of things.
You know what? That's fair.
Because I don't know anybody says I love going there. Sitting in the Sky Club.
That's the thing. So my best friend,
snacks, that's different. Okay?
My best friend Keisha and I, who have been doing these shows together with CutterPillar for 7 years now, we've been going to these quilting shows and scrapbooking shows and everything with CutterPillar. We made a decision when we first started doing it to fly one airline, choose just a couple of hotels, and rack up as many points as we could. And so, yes, we have status at the hotels and the airports, and so we do go to the Sky Club, and we get to if we have a delay or a layover or anything like that, it's not as traumatic for us as it is for some people.
And they do a pretty good job taking care of you. So that's the case. That's our hub here.
Yes. Yeah. And it's Delta Hub here in Salt Lake. So,
and I always say that.
So I don't hate the airport.
And then maybe one of the things you're going to see today is if you have to go to an airport, maybe you'll be able to take some things that we've got packaged to make your airport experience a little bit better, right? We talked about
especially the one we talked about yesterday, the travel bundle the travel package for the Fall Fest that we talked about yesterday.
Where's your bag? Just grab the bag really quick for me. Just as an example, and this is a little bit of a distraction because this is not what we're talking about. But again, it was like,
look how small it is.
All in the package. Like this was it, right?
This also fits in my typical carry-on bag. It makes it a little heavy, but in my carry-on bag, I have my laptop when I travel so I can work. This fits in there as well. And then all of my other stuff I need on the plane. All those things fit in my carry-on bag. So it's perfect for that. Yep, definitely.
Let me just move that over there.
Yes.
But again, if you're going to travel, it was a little bit of a distraction because it was.
Yeah, we just talked about
with you not having necessarily a vacation or somewhere else you're going.
No.
And Keisha, your
Keisha is going.
Is she a niece?
Keisha's my niece, right? Guys. Yeah, Keisha's my niece. I know you guys have seen her pop in and out of here. We love her so much. She has so much more energy than I do. She's not terribly younger than me, so I just need to point that out. She is younger than me, but not terribly so. My mother kind of had two families. I have older brothers that are significantly older than me, and the second to oldest in my family is Keisha's dad. And so there she is. She's just popping
Wonderful. on. Now, really quick, with everybody that's here, let us know where you're joining from. We got a couple people. I was seeing a few individuals saying, "Hey, we got Tracy.
From
she was mentioning organized, and we got Michigan. We got a lot of people."
Yes.
I'm just going to tell you I'm going to start this off. So, my wife came across this statement and saying, and then we've decided to try it a couple times, and it has to do with when people ask how old you are. Okay.
Okay.
And if you've ever heard this, and I'm going to tell you why this is your solution.
Okay.
You lie up. You don't lie down.
That's what I say.
And the reason why is because they're like, "Oh, you look so young." You're like, "Yeah, you're right," because I'm not. So like, how old are you? I would say, I'm a 58.
Right.
What are you going to say? You're like, "Dude, you're not 58.
You look amazing for 58.
You're right. I'm not. I'm 50. Okay. But the goal is you never lie down. Don't say I'm 45. Don't try to hide it because then they're like, "Nah, you look older than that." That's what you have in your head. You lie up Like, that's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Then the
So
joke brings you back down. So just so you know, that's what it is. Always lie up, never lie down. Okay. That's my little bit of some insight.
I love that. And just to back up on that before we get started, because this is the funniest thing. I was on the phone with Keisha. My grandson was at my house. He is in oh shoot, I can't remember, 3rd or 4th grade.
Okay, there you go. Good
9.
enough.
He's 9. And he's learning about rounding, right? He's learning about rounding. And so, I mean, you can know how old I am. I'm 53. Keisha's a few years younger than me, but now she's past 45. And so she has to round up to 50 and I have to round down to 50. And so I was teaching that lesson to my grandson, Grayson, while Keisha was on my phone in my headphones, and she was screaming so loud, "No, Grayson, you don't have to round up. You don't have to round up." So that was my funny story.
There you go.
Anyway.
There you go. That's what we're getting started with. Thanks for being here. In fact, let's go ahead and bring out one of our bags down there. For those who are not, those who are new with us today or who are joining us, so by the way, Keisha said 4th grade.
Thank you, Keisha. Because my brain is a little tired. Thank you, Keisha.
We're going to bring this out. We're going to talk about this really quick. This is something we brought out, we introduced yesterday. So we're going to start off with this, and then let's give one of these away. So let's start off by giving one of these away.
Yes.
For anybody who's here with us. If anybody else joins later, we'll do one again midway. We'll do some other giveaways at the end. We want to talk about what's different in our specials and part of our processes. What do you want to look at?
Look what Diane said really quick. I think that's always, I'm old enough to know better, but too young to care.
Oh, there you go. Way to go. Way to go.
That.
Continue to let us know where you're from, but we're going to start off with this. We're going to give one of these away for the individuals that are with us. If you're watching this after it's live,
and I need
unfortunately,
to,
you're missing out.
Yes, I need to say something to those of you who are here today and those of you who were here yesterday. I made an error yesterday, and I need to correct it. So I need you guys to know this is something new that we're doing, and so I didn't get it exactly right. So we are giving away these with our packages, our Fall Fest packages. Now, in order to get them, in order to make sure that you get the ones you're supposed to get, you have to add them to your cart. So they won't just ship automatically.
Okay.
So you have to add them to your cart, and the price will be $0. But you have to add them to your cart.
If they're added with the package, then they should.
If they're added with the package, then it will come up as $0.
Okay. So let's talk about yesterday.
Yes.
What we mentioned is just add the combo to your kit. You get 2 bags.
Exactly.
What we're saying is you still get them, but you just have to add these to your bags.
You have to add them to your cart.
So what that means is our
so pop up the Fall Fest page if you can, Nathan. Yep. And we can show you really, really quickly. These are our fat quarter bundle bags, and they're so great. We're going to talk about exactly what they are here in just a second. But each of the packages that we have for the Fall Fest comes with, depending on which package you have, they come with free fat quarter bundle bags. Now, it's from 1, or it's 2, or it's 3, or it's 5, depending on the package.
So let me explain this, what they're looking at. So on the side is an example. This is one of our kits. This is the applique package. We spoke about this yesterday.
Yep.
And in green, we can see this. And if we go into it, which I'm going to do, let me open this up so we can see. It actually states that this one has the bonus of 2 fat quarter bundle bags free.
Exactly.
That are included with it. Okay.
Add 2 to your cart.
Add them to the cart. You won't be charged.
Right.
We also have, as an example, coming back. This one is one of our big bad boys that we also spoke about yesterday. This one includes 5 of these. Let's go ahead and unzip this. Let's just show everybody really quick what this is looking like.
So these are our fat quarter bundle bags. Now, we need to make sure that you guys understand that these fat quarters are my fat quarters. They are not included in the free fat quarter bundle bag.
It does not come with
I am
fat
not
quarters.
sending
It is the bag. It is the bag.
And I am not sending you my fat quarter bundles that I had to elbow people out of the way to get. These are staying with me. So it's the bag. Here's our fat quarter bundle bag. I'm going to just pull out.
We're going to stack a couple so you can kind of see what this looks like.
So you can see just the bag. So here is just the bag. So you can see that. It's got 2 zippers, which is really great. So you can unzip it however you like. It's got briefcase handles with a little padded handle, and it's got a shoulder strap with a padded shoulder strap. It has a little thing on the back so you can slide it on a suitcase or a rolly cart if you're traveling with it. It is double padded all the way around. And it's really, really boxy. It's really, really boxy. So you can't see, this is a regular jelly roll, right?
Yeah,
2.5 inches,
look
right?
At that. There we go. That's standard. Putting it in here.
It will fit right in
If you look,
there.
it's actually the width of the fat quarter, and it has a little bit of more room on the top of that.
Yes, and it's got a little boxy on the top. So you can seatbelt your stuff in. You can seatbelt in your jelly rolls, your fat quarters. You can add your rulers into your storage compartments here. It's a great project bag. It's a great travel bag. It's a great supply bag. We use it for shows as a supply bag all the
let's
time
kind
as
of
well.
leave this here really quick. I just want to show them. Let's take a look here back at our main camera. If we were to take a look at this, and one of the things that we did yesterday, so example, the applique comes with one bag and it comes with number 2 bags. Some of our kits, go ahead and grab another one.
Yep.
Some of our other kits come again with a 3rd bag, and then I like to show this, and let's do a close-up on this one as well. This is a great one. One of the things that I like that you're showing on this one, Melodee, if somebody's going somewhere and traveling now down at Houston, you can kind of share the excitement when people started looking at what this was. What were some of the stories they came back for? They wanted a couple others.
It was so fun. We had people, when we showed the fat quarter bundle bags, they all tried to take the fabric too. They all wanted the fabric too, but we said no.
The fabric. No,
just the bags. They were able to come get a fat quarter bag when they got some products in the booth. And we had, at the last day, we had a mother-daughter team come back and, okay, we're ready. We decided on which light board we want. All of our friends bought one already, and now we're coming back, and where's the fat quarter bundle bags? And we were like, we've run out of those. And they're like, no, because their whole group that was there in Houston planned a retreat, and they were all going to go away to a cabin in the woods, and everyone was bringing their projects in their fat quarter bundle bags.
Go.
And this mother-daughter missed them. They couldn't have them. They were so sad. We hooked them up. We fixed it up. But
good. So I like this
so
because this is a little bit of a different piece, because what Melodee also ended up picking up, right?
Yep.
Thread packs, fat quarter bundle. So what we end up with is you've got a great bag that has, like we talked about,
extra
pockets,
storage.
the extra padding. This one here is fully loaded with a couple extra fat quarters. Here's another one. So I'm just going to stack this up here so you kind of can see. We'll go back to our main shot so everybody can see this. But like our all-in has 5 of these. You get 5 of the bags. Again, not what's inside. You do get the bags.
What's inside the bag.
So that you can load up your own fat quarter bundles. Yesterday we asked this question. I would love to have your comments in here. Is like, how many fat quarters do you have?
How many fat quarter bundles
sets
do you have?
How many fat quarter bundles do you have? One lady was like 50 plus X squares plus.
So funny.
That could be you. That could be you. But think about that. If you ever go and you're trying to put all your fabrics together, this is a great additional bag. Great. Fun to have. Valued at $40. We're including a couple free. In fact, on the site, I think we're doing this. Are we looking at doing that too? If somebody purchases, that's part of why we're doing this. I'm trying to think what we're doing
for the packages. Yeah. Well, yeah. So this is the thing that we didn't really tell anybody about yesterday, and we feel like we should probably tell you today. So like, if you purchase the packages and then add the fat quarter bundle bags, you get them for free. But the thing is, like, if there's other products on the website that you want that aren't necessarily bundled in this way that we're bundling them, if you hit the same dollar level as is in these packages, you can add the fat quarter bundle bags and you'll get them for free.
Yeah. So right now, with what we're doing as part of the Fall Fest, which is a new process with these fat quarter bundle bags, is again, usually our travel kits. We're like looking at right around that $200 mark is where you get a bag. So that's where we're at. We added another bag at 300, right? So you get 3 at 300. And then I think we went
I don't know if that's the exact dollar amount, but it's whatever
it's a little bit less than that,
package, whatever the package.
But you can check on your package. Yes. Take the package, take a look. Free bundle, free fat quarter bundle bags are all in. You get 5 on that one.
Yes, on that one you get 5. So if you're looking at it and you're looking at the packages that we put together, and you're like, oh, I already have this or I already have that, but I want to get the swivel, and I want to get a tote bag, and I want to get the magnets and the plates, and I want whatever it is.
Moves you to the next tier, you can get another bag.
To a similar amount that these packages are, you can still get the fat quarter.
So let's just kind of come back.
That makes sense.
And then let's kind of move in. I want to have you share a story with us, and then I want to get into our first demo that we want to do today. But really quick, to be clear, is the packages do have an option. Again, what that is that getting the free bundle bags with it. So like right now, we did show that yesterday, the travel and the applique.
Yes.
Depending on the kit, you get 1, or you'll get 2, or you'll get 3, or up to 5 bags. Add those to your cart at the same time. You won't be charged.
And they're on the page. They're on the, if you go
to the Fall Fest page.
The fat quarter bundle bags are listed. That's what I would love for you to show them as well. If you go back to that, on the Fall Fest page where you can see all of the bundles, they all list how many bundles you get per package, right? It says 1, 2, 3, 5, whatever it says. But the fat quarter bundle bag is right there. And you can add it to cart from there. Just add it to cart from right there.
Boom, boom, you're good. So that'll be what we can do in order to get access to that.
Yes. So check that out. And I apologize that it didn't work the way I thought it was going to work. This is the first time we've done this. So
yeah, this one is 2.
You do have to add them to your cart to get them.
This has 1. This one's 5.
Yes.
2. There you go. Take a look at it. See what your free fat quarter bundles are that are coming along with it, and you'll be able to get those. So
fat quarter bundle bags.
Fat quarter bundle bags.
Yes.
Okay. So today, what are going to be? Let's kind of clear the day for them so they know what to do. Oh, we didn't need to give the giveaway.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
giveaway. Yes, we need to do
Woo,
the giveaway.
got
Thank
distracted.
you.
Keep
So
me on
glad.
track.
So
Keep
glad.
me on track, peeps.
Okay. All right. So
Yes.
my
what do you
brain
think?
is
Are you
tired.
thinking
I
about
was
a
trying
question?
to think about a question to
Oh,
ask.
well, we'll pose a question. So how this works, Eric, let's go ahead and throw up the email. So if you're a winner, you need to email us at the following at support@cutterpillar.com. You'll need to let us know and let us know that you are a winner. But I'm going to ask a question. This is to get our thumbs and our index fingers all warmed up for commenting as part of what this is. So find where your comments are.
Yes.
We want to ask a question. The goal is not that it's meant to stump somebody. It's meant to let you know that you're here, you're participating with us. We can continue to add this in. I see Kathy Karen says 3 bundles. I'm not sure if she's got 3 bundles.
I think
3
you
fat
asked
quarter
that. 3 fat quarter,
three
fat quarter bundles.
Yeah,
at
there
her
we
house.
go.
I'm
Awesome.
proud of you. For
all right, so
straining.
I did ask that question, but we're going to come back and we're going to be talking about, and this is going to be, you can be on either side of the fence, but I just want you to tell me, you can type in a yes or a no. Okay, this is a yes or a no. And it has to do with the month of November. Let's just talk November. So you're going to put your thinking caps on, not December, and it is not October, not in the month we're in.
Okay. September.
Really quick, give me our combos today.
We have an embroidery bundle, we have a sewing bundle, and we have a paper crafting bundle.
Paper crafting bundle. Okay. So that didn't help me, but thank you. I just wanted to know. Yesterday we talked about the travel bundle. So I'm just going to ask the simple questions. Yes or no? Do you have travel plans that are going to take you away from the city you're in now in the month of November? Yes or no? Yes, I'm going to be traveling somewhere else outside my city, or no, I'm not. Now, by the way, it doesn't matter. You might have people coming to you. So you can say, no, my family's coming to me. Great. Yes, I'm traveling to here. Let's go ahead and do that. That's fine. But yes or no? Let me know.
Yes or no? Yeah.
Just put in the comments. It's for everybody. Let us know.
It's
and then
a no
we're going to
for
come
me
back.
for November.
I see a couple yeses.
No
Yes.
At least for now.
And then here's another one. If you're doing this, it doesn't matter. We'll just go through and your names that are coming in. Yes, on my son's house is like how far? I'm wondering who is traveling the farthest?
Oh.
That's a question.
In
November. This is November.
In November.
You can't claim anything else. Melody, you
November.
already went to Rome.
No.
That was last month.
But that was back in August.
Back in August.
That was back in August. So that's not it. I'm not going. My answer is a no. I'm not going in November anymore.
My answer is I say city, right? Because my parents live 30 minutes. So I could say I'm leaving my city because I'd go visit them in West Jordan. So I'm going to say yes. We just said leaving your city.
I'm not even doing that. Like
yes or no?
What I like to do for the holiday season is just buckle down. I don't like going anywhere.
Yes, camping. Whoa, where are you at? It says in Virginia. I feel like that's going to be freezing cold.
That's crazy.
I told you yesterday I woke up, came outside, had 3 inches of snow in my car. Crazy.
Yeah, nutty.
And by the way, we're just in Utah. We are a desert state. I live halfway up the mountains is why. So we've got winter. It's coming, man. That's good. We have a lot of snow. We do a lot of skiing. Utah's known for that. So I didn't tell a few years ago. So that's pretty crazy.
I know.
I didn't tell I was about 65. And they're like, oh, you're not 65. Remember, we talked about lying up if you heard that earlier. So
age up. Keisha's going from Utah to Florida in November.
That's pretty far.
That's pretty far.
About as far as you can go from here in the U.S.
Yeah,
that's it. I don't know if you can actually top off northern Maine, maybe. But I don't know. You'd have to look at you'd have to look at the miles on that to see.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, let's go ahead, Eric. Let's go through. He's going to randomly select somebody. You're going to reach out to support@cutterpillar.com. We're going to be giving away one of the fat quarter bundle bags now.
Yes.
Come back midway. We're going to give away another couple things, and then we'll do another giveaway at the end for those who've been joining with us here at Fall Fest.
Yes. Also, while Eric is choosing, I love how Eric closes his eyes when he does it.
By the way, he does this, and we scroll.
Can see Eric, and he closes his eyes. Donna.
There you go, Donna. Widerquist.
I'm sorry if we butchered that.
Congrats.
Yay, Donna. Please send an email to support@cutterpillar.com. And we will get you with your address and remind me what it was that you won, and we will get one shipped off to you.
Hooking you up.
I just want to do one more thing before we start on
this.
Because we talked about it yesterday. I was able to go to Houston Quilt Show.
Now, do we want to bring? I see about doing this midway through.
Okay, we can do it midway.
So she has something she's going to show and tell with us.
I have a show and tell.
A little bit of a story.
Yeah.
And it has to do with vintage quilts, and it has to do with Santas.
It does.
Christmases.
Actually, it would be kind of cute to do after this because it's an embroidery, but we'll talk about our embroidery package.
So we're going to do this, but I asked for her to bring back this treasure that she purchased And to me, let's start here and then let's get in. We're going to do, what's the first again?
Embroidery.
Embroidery. We're going to talk about a bundle and why it would work well for you if you do anything from an embroidery perspective. But coming back, one of the things that we talked about is that in this world that we live in, if you think about what you love doing, and we service a very broad set of customers, and that's anything from quilters, and I'd say you can class yourself, I'm a quilter. That's a little bit different than have I sewn or do I sew or piece things together. We talk about sewing, and that's kind of fashions, and there's other types of projects that have to do with people that engage with their sewing machine. Necessarily, that doesn't mean you quilt, but you might do some quilting, but those in sewing. And we actually have a third category, which is just overall crafting. We've done a lot in the paper crafting world, but in general, you might just say, oh, I love to craft. I love crafts in general. So that's kind of this group, which is a little bit challenging because that's pretty broad.
It is.
But when we do this, our whole goal is, yes, we're a business. Yes, we are excited to have innovative products. But at the end of the day, our products will not sell to anybody if we actually don't help you do more of what you love, being honest with you. And so as we've done these, our goal has been to remove barriers, some of the challenges that exist, the things that slow you down, the things that stop you at certain times, the things that can't be done. One example, we'll just take the quick light board, is a lot of people, if you need to trace through, we talk about, we yesterday talked about applique. You don't necessarily need a light board for applique, but you do, depending on the conveniences you're looking for. And so at a certain point, we always talk about somebody having to stick something to a window during the daytime when we have something, or somehow create a lit surface on a glass table or on a coffee table. Like that's our goal, is how do we just make things and so you can do more of what you love? And ideally, we talked about this because there's a lot of giving that happens with crafting, and there's a lot of memories tied around the crafting, whether that's crafting that we give, sewing that we give, quilting that we give, or things that we do around so that we feel a certain way. Like you are involved with Christmas for 3 months of the year, probably to 4. Because she's already in Christmas, and we've been in there since last month.
I started in
Long
August.
Okay, and there's reasons why we do this. We talked about celebration moments. We talked about births of families and nieces and grandchildren. We talk about brothers, sisters, mothers, uncles, aunts, graduations. There's so many different things that we come across that we want to share a little bit about ourselves with somebody. And often, if you think about this, there's nothing more usually meaningful than a gift with something that they thought about, that they put some details in. And especially if you put some of your effort and your time and you make something like that, will be with whatever that is forever. Like that's a memory that gets tied to that. So my quick story yesterday is I had a quilt, did not really understand, because back when I started in this industry a little over 20 years ago, we were gifted this about 27 and a half years ago. I was like, it's a blanket. Ooh, how do you feel when someone says thanks for the blanket?
No, it's not.
You're like, oh, is that just a flannel one? Is that just a sheet of paper? Like, oh no, it's a quilt. There's this effort and this time that we put into this. Hand quilted, hand cut, hand pieced, hand quilted, and it's large. It's fits on the top of a king bed, so it won't drape over. And so absolutely wonderful. We don't use that very often. We'll get it out random. One of my kids like, hey, can we put that on my bed? I was like, no, we'll display that here enough. And by the way, we're a big proponent in our family of using our quilts, and we've worn some out. We've worn several out that my mother-in-law has given to us. But coming back, this is my long story around the fact that what our goals are is to help you be able to do more of what you want. Going back to the light, and you're going to see we're going to start putting together a couple ads that just has to be with, like yesterday, Melly's like, the comment is, usually when I get to do what I want to do, which is getting into my hobbies, my crafting, my quilting, my sewing, it usually is in the evening. And then often that means after dark. And if it is, then we're in our rooms and we're in our spaces. And then the question is how well does that look? Do I have shadows? Is the light in the middle of my room? So our goal is like, how do we make those types of things better? So that's what I want you to think about as we're talking about today. So coming back, Melodee is going to share something that she found and she picked up in Houston that has kind of a combination of these things. I would say it falls into more of the crafting group.
It does, but
it has quilting.
Started with quilting,
quilting, and so it's just really fun. We're going to show you what that is. If you were here yesterday, you probably already know what that is. If not, stick with us. We'll show that after this next demo. We'll do another demo. We'll do some more giveaways, and we'll continue. Let us know in the comments, what are your stories? What has been your joy? What has been something maybe in the last, let me just add this really quick, and then I'll ask this question. Sometimes, guess what? We don't do this because we need to give it away. We need it because it helps us with our sanity. It helps us be our happy space, right? When I'm there, I am happier. I am better. It's what I love doing. It's what I enjoy doing. So that is, by the way, it's probably one of the biggest categories. Is why we do this, is to give us a place to be where we love most. And then again, if you're doing that, how about if we help you love doing even what you love doing most even more? By having tools that just make it, you do more of it. Again, we talked about a couple other users of some of these things. and they won't do without them. They're like, there's no way I would
Yep.
ever craft, I would ever sew, I would ever quilt without these tools, because without them, it's not the same. So that's our goal. Think about that today as we're going through these presentations. Where are you? How does this fit into what you love doing, your happy place, or the gifts or the memories you're trying to create? And how does this help you do more of those? How does
Yes.
it make it easier? How does
Yes.
it make it take less time?
Yep.
How does it make it more enjoyable? And the problem is you probably want to go do more, but then,
It-
and your family might be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Or grandma, you've got 900 quilts, or,
But yeah. And the thing about it,
I'm like, give me some of those.
the other thing about our products, which is one of the things that I love. Yes, for me, probably my first thing is it helps me keep my sanity for sure. But the thing is, the other thing about these products, especially the ones we're going to kind of show you today, is it helps me go back into where the family is. My husband is a huge NFL football, like from August to February, we completely lose him on the weekends, completely. Monday nights he's gone, Thursday nights he's gone, all day Sunday he's gone. He just loves it so very much that that's what he does. And I'm now able to join
with him, be in a space,
and be there and
still doing your own stuff,
doing my own stuff, and still having my own creativity, my own sanity. And I can look up from time to time like, oh, that was a crappy call, even though I'm not watching. But then he thinks I am. But then we get to be together now again more, because we used to just like be separate, and now we don't have to be. So that's great.
So the question I was going to ask before I got on my tangent again is, where are you? What thoughts come to your mind? Where and how might you see using these, and how these might help you again with your hobbies, your love, your quilting, sewing, your crafting? How can you imagine that? Think about it. Close your eyes, picture it. If I had that, boy, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would help definitely with this. Boy, that would make that a little bit easier and give me a chance to see this a little bit better.
Yeah.
Even something simple like the flex lights, like it just changes we talked about that yesterday. It changes where light can be.
Yes.
Like it can be with you, it can be on you, it can be everywhere.
Yes.
So think about that. That's my goal as we go through this, is for you to imagine ideally what it is. Is it a happy place? Is it a gift? Is it because you're wanting to create memories for others? Whatever that is.
Yeah.
And then how these tools might help you do more of what you love. All right, let's get back into this.
Eric just mentioned he's a Steelers guy. Sorry about your game last night.
There you go,
Eric.
Oh.
Okay. Anyway, so today we are going to talk about.
By the way, good friend. That's his team too. I'd be like, sorry, Mark. Sorry, Mark.
I mean, it was Cincinnati, so I didn't care that Cincinnati won. But like, sorry. And see, last night I was in the living room while my husband was he's recovering from a medical procedure, and so he was in there, and I was able to be in there with him. And I was working on some stuff. I was working on some stuff that we're doing today, so I could be in there with him while we watched the Steelers lose. Sorry, Eric. Okay. Anyway, this is our
comment if anybody else had something that they were sad that happened yesterday with your team.
Yeah.
Right, go ahead.
Well, it was Thursday. I think that might have been the only game.
Right.
Anyway, so today we're talking about 3 packages like we did yesterday. The first one is our embroidery package. I'm going to tell you what's included in it, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about how I use it. And I am nowhere near a professional crafter, definitely not a professional sewer or quilter. I've just started quilting. So I am not with that, but this is how I've been using these items in the embroidery package.
So think about that. How might you use these in a similar way to what Melodee, or a different way?
Yeah. And the thing is, my mother was a huge quilter, but she hand embroidered all the tops of her quilts. And then she would put up the old quilt frames. She would hand quilt all the quilts.
My mind was just excited about what we're going to show and tell them based on this too. So I was like, oh, so that's going to be good.
That's I sort of thought of her in putting this package together and what would have helped her in the projects that she was creating. So what is included in this? So first of all, our Glow Classic. This is one of our newest light boards. This is the Glow Classic light board. Comes with the cutting mat on top. So that is included in it, first of all. The second thing that's included.
And again, really, go ahead.
No, you're good. The second thing that's included is a set of the magnets. Because the Glow Classic light board is it's one of our light boards that have magnetic plates built in now. So you can use the magnets on top. The other product that's included in this package is our.
I was gonna do one. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I'm gonna grab it from behind you. I was gonna show them
because like there are magnets. There's plates all throughout.
They're all over the place. Yeah. Is our flex accessory kit with a flex light. So those are the items included in our embroidery package. And I'm going to show you.
Let's move that up. Let me do a quick top down really quick. Let's just review what this is. We're going to talk about these all in detail. These are the couple items. We end up with the light board.
Yes.
And again, which one of the light boards?
This is the Classic.
Glow Classic. Okay.
Yep.
We'll talk about what that means and what's different. The Glow Classic itself does come with this translucent cutting mat on top. That is part of it. This is an addition. So the magnets are not included with any one of our mats. So that now is part of this package.
Yes.
And then the other thing that we will talk about in detail is we'll go through and talk about this flex accessory kit. So it's the flex itself with the light, and we will then talk
And
about
all
that
the
as well.
pieces.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, so we're gonna
All
talk
right,
about it.
let's get into this
So-
and talk about why someone would be interested in what this is.
So just to tell you a quick thing about, you know, the light board and kind of how it works and what it is. So this is our Glow Classic. So this one, yesterday we talked about our Glow Premium 2, which is a phenomenal one. It has an internal rechargeable battery. Go back and watch what we did yesterday if you have a minute, because that's a great light board. But this is a great light board too. It's a little bit less expensive, which is kind of nice. If you don't need or don't really care about that battery, this is a perfect thing. So it works the exact same as that Glow Premium. So you've got your LED light board here. There are multiple light settings on it. There are 4 different light settings on it. So you can see it's hard. We always say this, but with the studio lights, it's hard to see exactly all of the different levels, but all the different levels of light. The difference with this one is this one has to always be plugged in. There's no battery in it. This is a plug-in only model. But the cord that comes with it is about 6 feet long. And the end of it is a USB port, and it comes with a wall block. So you get both of those pieces. It's not like your cell phone now that doesn't come with a wall block anymore. You get the wall block also. But you can plug it into any sort of a USB power source. Your laptop, maybe your sewing machine has a USB port on it. Maybe you have a portable power pack. Any of those things is totally fine. If it has a USB port, you can use it that way. So that is the LED light board. And as we showed you just a minute ago, there are magnetic plates built into it. So you can use magnets to go ahead and hold your projects down.
Really quick, with this light board, one of the things I think about, the person who tends to buy this is, if you think about the other one we talked about yesterday was battery operated, meant to be really portable. This one can be moved. This is one for somebody who's doing, like, again, let me just show them this too. I was going to show them this. If we look at this from the top down, often when somebody gets started, they try to look at it's a size and a project size. So this is the mini. This is twice the size of the mini. Yep. So it's really, if you're thinking of the mini, but it's not big enough, this is really the next ideal, because this one plugs in, this one does, but it's twice the size. So this is really for your small to medium sized projects, but you don't have to worry about, boy, I wish I had a bigger surface. A lot of people move into this because it's a little bit more than something like the mini, not quite as expensive as the premium. So people are really trying to find a happy medium.
Yes.
By buying something like this and that we currently have.
And this size, the classic size, is really, it really covers almost all the projects that are out there. It really does.
Where's our glass plate really quick?
It's right.
We're not showing the glass plate, but I just want you guys to see the reason people will move to this as well. Just put that right on top, because all of our other key accessories as well, and then let's grab the swivel, work right on top of the surface. And so this is one of the great reasons people will move into this, because you can use like, you know, this glass plate, which doesn't really work. You can't use the mini underneath this one as well.
Right.
And then again, if we take them, put that accessory back away, you end up with the swivel. What we end up with is the swivel also works across this one. It's a little bit wider, but not much. And so you end up getting the lip background with the swivel. And so a lot of people want to migrate to where they can use a couple of the other accessories that you just can't do with our smaller light board, the mini. Yes. So this is kind of that great next space. So I just wanted to quickly show you,
as big as our Ultra.
Yeah, the difference between with this is you don't feel like you need a dedicated space. It can be moved with you into the front room. I know, like you, when you sit with your husband, if you're doing things, this is great over the lap, because it's creating like that table surface. You can have right on your left, work on the left, do some things on the right. Yeah,
and a lot of times, like I talk about using the premium in the living room all the time when he's with her, but sometimes I forget to charge it. And so
you gotta plug it in anyway.
You gotta plug it in. And so you gotta plug it in anyway. And so while it's charging, after I realize I didn't charge it, I'll pull the classic out and I'll set it on my lap. Same, because we have little USB ports in the couch, right? To like charge our phones while we're watching football, because we have to do that, and we've got cords everywhere. And so I can do this on my lap in the living room just as easily as with the premium.
So let's do this. Let's walk through a couple of the projects. One of the other things that we like to demonstrate, as Melodee was talking about this, is again, we have magnet plates that are throughout the entire surface on the back here. And then again, this is really, really thin. Let me do a top down, and then we'll just get into really how we use this. But you can see how nice and thin that is. So if you're going to store it or put this somewhere, it doesn't take a lot. By the way, our molded backs on these make them more rigid, and you don't have to worry about damaging or hitting anything on these edges, because it's all confined. And I want to say, I think they're just about over 6.5, 7 millimeters. They're very, very, very thin in general. And then again, we'll talk a little bit more about the mat that's part of this combo.
Yeah,
but that's that some insights about that.
Okay. So I was, like I mentioned, I was thinking about my mom and the projects that she would make for this embroidery bundle. And so technically it's an embroidery bundle, but obviously use the classic for your quilting and your applique and everything just as much as you would any of our light boards. So don't be discouraged if that's the case. So when I was at a show recently, actually it was a while ago. Don't let Keisha tell you how long ago it was. I got this little embroidery kit. It's like
Let's do
wool,
top down on
hand
that. Let's kind
embroidery.
of show them what that is really quick. We'll just zoom in on
It
that.
makes this little Christmas gingerbread
And here, let
block.
me zoom in a little bit more. Where's my?
It's right behind you on that shelf right below. Yeah.
Let me zoom in so everybody can kind of see. We're gonna let you see what this is here. So this is the project that she found.
That's the project that I found.
There you go. So you can see that beautiful, fun project there.
It's going to be a little wall hanging thing as soon as I get done with it. It's Christmassy, of course, because that's what I love. And so my mom used to love these little projects, and then you get to hand embroider all of the little designs on top of it, which is so great. And so
put a 1 if you've ever done anything like this at home for yourself as a small project. By the way, I know a lot of people, even they might not say I'm a hand embroiderist, but they'll go buy these small kits because, again, I go back to that puzzling. It's a little bit of a craft that you can work on. You can hang it up when you're done. This is quite different. The thing, it's a quilt. You need a bigger space. Like a lot of people do this, frame them.
Yes.
Put them. They'll apply these to front of pillows. Yeah.
All kinds of things. So the thing about this, that when I first got it, I thought it was so cute. It was one of those things when I was at the show in Pigeon Forge, and they were across from us. Actually, it might have been in Des Moines. It was the same company, but they were across from us at several shows, and they have all these cute things. I'm talking to Keisha. I'm like, I need that gingerbread house. She's like, no, you don't. I'm like, I need that gingerbread house. She's like, no, you don't. She was gone.
Houston again.
She was gone.
I need that.
And
no,
so
you don't. I need that.
got it. Anyway, when you get these kits, when you get these things, you've got your instructions, which are phenomenal, but your patterns are on the other side. And so I'm not going to cut this up because I need my instructions, right? And so I'm always going to trace it. And so the thing that I was able to do with this, and the thing that's so great about the light board is
so look at that right now though.
Look
Let's
at
let
the
everybody
way you
see
can
this.
see.
That's amazing. Think about this. That's printing on the back, but because you can also adjust your dimming lights, you can choose to see how much and how you want that through there. But I think that's great because absolutely
it's so great because
you
can totally see that.
Yeah.
And sometimes when they're double-sided, you want to dim it down just a little bit because you don't want too much of the back showing. But the thing that you're able to do is trace this.
Look how easy
you're
that
able
is.
to hold it down with your magnets.
Look how easy that just shows right through there.
Yes.
Super easy, very clear, bright enough. Obviously, you can change the level of brightness that you want. You just put your magnets in. Now, what were you doing? Why are you doing that?
Well, because now it holds it down in place. And so when I go to trace it, it's not going to bump. It's not going to move. Look at me try to move it. If I put it down in the wrong spot, look at me try to move it. I can't move it.
Yeah, it's in place.
The magnets will hold it in place. And so now I can do the tracing. Now I'm a little bit crazy when I do these. So I use my ruler and I can line that up. Wait, I got to get my reading glasses out. You guys,
all right. That's good.
I'm 58. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. So I use my ruler to make sure that I get it how I want it. Right. And so you can do your tracing and then you can trace your little pieces, right? So you know exactly where all of your little stitches are going to go and where you're going to place it when you're ready to put your pieces down, right? Now, this is a piece of paper, granted, so it's not going to help a ton, except that, watch this. So after I trace it on my piece of paper, right, I'm going to move my pattern out of the way. And see how good you can see that pattern right there? Look at that. Wait, I'm not sure the lights might be too bright.
You're good. No,
you can
you're
see
good.
how you can see the pattern right there. Mm-hmm. Then when you go and you trace your other ones, right, these are the other pattern pieces. When you go and trace them, then you can set them where they need to go. And then when you get your backing fabric out, this is what I'm going to do next. I'm going to get my backing fabric out. And it's harder to see because it's wool, but it's a lighter wool. Luckily, it's on the back. You can see through there. And this is where you can put it on the full brightness because you don't have the competing thing in the back. We pulled this up.
Let's see if we can get that to zoom in there really quick.
We were able to do this with it yesterday, and you might be able to see that right there. That's what I'm actually seeing is that.
There you go.
See that? When we don't have the full studio light right on top of there.
There you go. Cool.
So you can see that. So now I can go back and I can trace, not with this pen, but with my pen that irons off. You can go back and trace it. And so then when you're ready to set your pieces down, you have your thing all the way on there on that backing fabric. And then when you go to do your the rest of your pieces that you're going to be cutting out, right? Because you're going to cut out all of your little wool felt pieces. You can go back and see that since it's double-sided again, you can go back and you can trace all of these. And so you have a full, and cut it out of paper, then your pattern stays intact. And listen, this might be something that you guys already know, but I'm new to this. And so I'm so excited about this. So you can go trace these all on other paper, and then you have a little pattern piece, and you can cut that out and save your pattern to do another day with a different color or a different style or whatever.
Let's talk about that element.
Yeah.
Okay, think about this. If we only had this and you needed to cut them, you'd have to first go do a copy.
You'd have to make a copy.
no matter what. Then you're going to have to cut them all, which is a secondary whole thing. Then you're going to have to lay them out on top of something. So what we've talked about is 3 different processes, potentially damaging something if you're going to use it, because this legitimately, without copying it, is not usable.
Right.
So then you have to have a copy machine.
Right.
Or go somewhere.
I don't have a copy machine.
And in essence, what we've just done is we've removed and eliminated the need, 1, to have to copy, 2, to have to cut. No cutting required on the paper, because normally you have to cut your template in order to go do something.
Right.
Because you have to have your shape if you're going to transfer that.
Right.
Which a lot of people do, and you're going to use and trace around the outside. The light board solves all that. And then the third thing you're going to be able to do is you are able to keep everything continuously, because now you can do project A, B, C, or D.
Yes.
You can keep your instructions 1, 2, 3, 4. With
That's
what
what
we've
I
been
love
doing.
about
So
it.
it keeps kind of the original pit of what that is,
Yes.
solves the issue of convenience of not having to go anywhere, removes the fact that you're having to cut paper out, builds it into the fabric so you can directly cut on top of that, and puts those all into a simple process, because now you have the light board below that.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And so I just want to say that this was a block of the month from Vicky McCarty. So I only got the 1 block, but she's adorable. So if you guys ever like to do these kinds of things, check her stuff out. Anyway, let's
talk about the next phase, because we've done tracing.
Yes. So then what you can do, and what I would do, is when I'm going to do my listen, I'm not going to say that you're going to see through all of your fabrics, because of like this is wool. Like, you're not going to see through all of the wool, right? When you have your little pieces, then you can cut those out and you can have that for this. But you can cut your pieces out. Like when I have these that are super angled, I'm going to use my cutting mat here.
There we go. Yeah, let's talk about that.
To do those cuts, because I can use my ruler and I can use this, and I can line this up. I mean, it's hard to do because I wouldn't do it actually on this piece of paper, but this is the thing. You can line this up, and the thing that's great about it is you can use the angles of the roof. You can use the angles on your board, and you can cut this, because you can see, like, even if you're not seeing through the actual fabric, I'm going to dim that down just a smidge. You can't see through the actual fabric. When I'm trying, I can set my fabric on the line, and I'm trying to get a 60-degree.
I'm just telling you,
right
whoever's
here, right?
watching, it looks a little bit like X-ray. By the way, I'm just looking.
It kind of does a little bit.
Like, because you can't see it. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's coming through. Is this wool?
Yeah, this is wool. This is wool. So the magnets can help hold that down, right? The magnets can help hold that fabric down. And I'm trying to cut this little angle right here. I can line because I need my glasses again. Man, I'm telling you guys.
Don't need to apologize. Just put them on. We're good.
So this is the thing, because like, even if you can't see through this, if this was a little bit darker, you know what? I'll do it on the dark one. Even if you can't see through this, right? You're not going to see through this green fabric.
With the light in the camera, I can still see partly.
You can still see some.
By the way,
right?
we're not seeing through that as well as maybe this is looking, because it is.
Right, you can't.
It is. We got some lights.
But
going
this
in
is
our
the
mind.
thing.
That's pretty crazy.
You can line your ruler up on your angle, because you can see the angle on this side of your fabric and this side of your fabric. And so when you set the ruler down, that is going to be a straight angled cut. You can cut straight through it that way. And you can see, you get that sharp angle exactly what you're trying to do. When you're just cutting regular fabric, same thing applies, right? I can see on both sides of my fabric. I can line up my ruler with my grid lines, and I can see on both sides. And I know that that's going to be a straight cut now. I know that that's going to be exactly where I want it to be, because I can line it up on both sides of that darker fabric, even if you can't see through it. It is amazing to square things up. It's amazing to make sure your angles are correct. It's amazing to do all that.
One of the things that I love is what we just did is you've done kind of 2 to 3 things. We took a board that was a light board for tracing.
Yep.
We then converted that over to now a cutting tool. So cutting for precision, also potentially alignment.
Yes.
Like some people might want to, if you're going to be adhering and doing a couple adhesive parts too, you might not want to do that on the light board itself. So you can do that on top of your cutting mat, which is another really nice thing to be able to do. So what you've ended up doing is you've now converted, and you now have the cutting surface with light below it. To your point, and what you're talking about is alignment of the rulers, because we end up with grids, going through grids. It makes it easier. That's quite a bit different. That's drastically different than just being on a standard light board, where you're not able to connect those two together.
Right,
because
or a standard cutting mat.
Usually the cutting mat itself it's dark, it's hard, and
it's purple, it's green, it's gray, it's charcoal, it's hard to see. It's hard to see on dark fabrics. And so when you mesh those two together and you've got the light and you've got the cutting mat, you get so accurate. In your
Catherine
stuff.
says, I love the glow for tracing, the patterns
for your applique.
Yep, that's exactly that's what we had. The applique bundle yesterday. If you're with us, go check out that bundle that we have. That one actually has the glass mat and a couple other things, so you can iron on top of this as well. So you can trace, cut, add the glass mat, and then you can iron. This particular one is not that, but that is part of the applique kit.
Yes. And so the other part of our embroidery kit is our Flex Light and Accessory Kit. So these are rulers. These are not rulers. These are needles that I got from my mom. You can tell by how old the packaging is. Look how tiny that is. I don't know if you guys can even see.
We'll zoom in.
How tiny those little eyes are. These are her embroidery needles. These are her embroidery needles. The after she passed, I found her little, those little like metal cookie tins that our mothers all had, that they would get those little butter cookies in, and then they saved them and used them for everything. So in her little cookie tin was her last pack of needles before she couldn't embroider anymore. So I took them. So I'm going to use them because these are my mom's needles. And that little eye is so tiny. But
hard to see.
It's so hard to see. But she always swore that this size 7 needle was the one you were supposed to use if you were doing hand embroidery. She promised me, she swore to me that was what it was. And so I'm trusting that she was correct. So this is what I have. But I can't see that.
Yeah.
I can't even see it with my reading glasses on, guys. I can't even see it. So this is where the Flex Accessory Kit comes in. And I'm so excited for this part. I'm going to jump to... I'm going to do this in a little bit of a different order than I typically do.
Yep.
And then we'll go back and talk about the other pieces of the Flex Accessory Kit. But because you have to thread these tiny little needles and you have to use your embroidery floss that you have to split down to 2 or 3 strands, but it's still really thick. Mm-hmm. And you have to do it in a size 7 needle because my mother said so. I'm so excited to use this to do it. So this is the thing about the Flex Accessory Kit. It comes with a sewing machine light, which we'll talk about in just a minute, which is fantastic. But it also has all these other pieces.
So in short, just so you know, I believe where this is going is often we talk about the light first, and then this is how you accessorize the light. I think we're going to do this as a combo because one of the unique items we have is a magnifying glass.
Yes.
That can be added to the light as well.
Yes.
And that has the standard magnification, then like a 5x, a 10x on top of that as well, if you need to. And this is one of the key things because it helps everybody be able to see some of the smaller details, especially if we're going to be talking about something like this embroidery and being able to thread the needle.
Yes. And so this is so it comes with, and yes, that is exactly what I want to talk about. Mm-hmm. But I also want to talk about how you can wear this light.
Great.
So this Flex Accessory Kit comes with this lanyard. So you can put the lanyard on. Right. And you can adjust the length of this, whatever feels good for you. So I hope I don't hit my microphone.
Yeah,
so you can adjust that wherever you need that to be. And then it comes with this little cradle right here.
Let's show a top down on that so a bit close up so everybody can see.
It comes with this cradle right here that has 2 holes on either side.
And then, by the way, this one also has a magnet, which we're not going to talk about quite yet, but they have magnets on there.
But it has a magnet on the back.
So she's going to attach this through those holes.
I'm going to attach it through this. So this is the thing about it, right? I'm going to attach it to the lanyard here.
The lanyard, yep.
Just like that, super easy. And now I can wear the light. Put that around my microphone. Now I can wear the light. This is the light. Now you can slide this in and you can wear the light around your neck. So I'm going to show you the magnifier in just a minute, but just when I am working on the hand embroidery, I have light right here. I have it's not the same project, but with the hand embroidery, right? You have your hoop, you have your stuff.
I might move this. Oh, look at that. That's
right
beautiful.
Here. Look at the
so
the light's
turn it off. Yeah, turn it off really quick so they can see off.
Off.
Okay. Yeah, off. There's the project. Now, by the way, let me show you the front again. This is just on her lanyard. Now she has this light that she has in front of her. This is the difference. Go ahead and turn the light back on again.
High.
Look at that.
Like
it's so bright. It's hard for the camera even to see that.
And now I can see so much better than if it was off, right? I can just see what I'm doing so much better. So I'm super excited for that part. But the other part that is really great is this little magnifier, right?
Let's see if we can zoom in on this a little bit here once you get that on. So you just slide the magnifier over.
Slide the magnifier right on the end of the light.
There we go.
See that? Right? Put it right on the end of the light.
So again, really quick, what I'm going to show everybody here in this is so she had the light and she just slid this. It just goes right on and you can see that now we end up with that magnification, which will end up turning down the light. Let's turn the light down to its lowest because I think it might make it easier for them to see when we
but look at this.
Here we go. We're going to do this so everybody can see. And then I'll zoom in on this a little bit so you guys can tell this.
So look, here's your needles.
Here you go. So we're going to put this in there. There you go.
Ah, look how good the needles are.
There you go. So that way we can see exactly what you're looking to get. Let me zoom in. Everybody can see this. Look what this does.
Look at that. Look at this is how you're threading your needle. Yep, and now this is how you're threading your needle.
Yeah. Before.
Ah.
After. Look at that.
Look at that. I can actually see the holes. Right?
There you go.
Now, I don't know if you saw what just happened. Flip the camera back. Watch. I don't know if you saw what just happened, but because I moved and this is what happened, right? Look at that light. It just flipped right over. It flipped right over.
No.
And you know how Nathan mentioned there were magnets on the back of this? we have this little
Go
disc.
ahead.
We have this little disc that there's a magnet right here also.
First,
So
just
this
stick it on the
little
outside,
disc-
then show them on the inside really quick. Just
So
put it on the
it
back.
just attaches to the back of
And then
this,
again, you
but
can set this
do it
down.
through your shirt, and then it doesn't move. It won't topple over, even with that heavy magnifier on it. So now when you use it and you do your magnification and you're doing your handwork, you have that light.
Let's do that again. Let's go back to the top. Now it's in place.
Exactly in place. And you can see your little magnification. It's not going to slip.
There we go.
It's, where are they? Oh, up. It's not going to slip. There we go. And you can even see your
I'd
stitching
move this
lines.
up because we were so far back. It was like
Yeah.
extra super large, which you can
Yeah.
do. Obviously, you can get that really big if you need to, but
Yeah, and you can see your stitching line so much better now too.
let's just kind of show them this. Let's just let's turn it down one more. Okay,
Off.
go back to top, all the way bright. Just go
Even
down
like
one more.
like
There you go.
even like
Right.
look at it like without the light, that magnifier. Look at that. It's a game changer.
And then turn the light on again. It's so bright.
It's so
But
bright.
you can still, there you go. Look at that. That's beautiful. Look at how much easier that is to see.
See that that's so great. So this comes with it. Now the little disc that I slid under my shirt, there's this extra piece that you can attach to your lanyard. Also, if you're like me and you drop things and you lose things all the time, you can attach this little disc to the lanyard so you don't lose it and then slide it down in your shirt.
It also can be put on the front if you wanted just to put that in the
Yep.
front. Some people might just do that because that creates also a
It
little
kinda
bit more of a
helps it,
surface
yeah.
to help that too.
Yeah.
So
So that all comes with it. You can also, if you have it on this little disc here, there's a little like soft felt sort of surface on the back. So you can set it on your table if you're doing something like that. And you need a little
here, let's
table light.
show them
So
that.
you can
That's what this is like. So
you can
again,
do that as well.
what's awesome is we end up with your project, what she did again, magnet plate. In fact, let's just take this off because we're done showing the lanyard. A lot of things you can do with that lanyard and different ways you can wear it. But again, what we just took is we just took the bottom plate. We'll just disconnect that as well.
Yep.
So what we end up with is this plate. What's great is we now connect to the magnet plate. What this does is allows this to be a free floating light on its own that can be used over any surface.
Yes.
And I'm going to change the angle so we can kind of see this from the front. So what we ended up doing is we took this, set that down, and now what we can do is we can use this light
Yes.
anywhere else we want to use it and turn that on, and there we go.
Yeah. So it's this if you do any sort of hand embroidery, I mean, you can use it for other things too. We're going to show you in a second, but like it's so great for this stuff. So we're super excited about that. Now there's other pieces that come with this light. And the flex light and the flex accessory kit. So I'm going to show you those as well.
That's great. Let's continue because I love this because this is fine. A lot of people are like, that's nice. Wearing it is better because I feel like it's in front of you.
Yes.
However, you're like, oh, how else can we do this? And there we go.
So it comes with this little piece here. This is a little clip.
Oh, here, we'll
Clip.
zoom in on that again. There we go.
This comes with a little clip. So this you can stick your light in with or without the magnifier. And then this clip, if you'd rather not wear it, can hook to your embroidery hoop. So when you're working on a project, maybe if the hoop is bigger than this particular one, but you can hook it to your embroidery hoop and you can use it that way. And you can just do it on your hoop either way.
Yeah, we had
whichever
somebody
way you
yesterday
want.
talking about like we actually use this as my reading light, clip it onto
You can
my,
clip it on your
my
book.
on my other things.
Yes.
We showed people if they were doing paintings or other types of art or crafts.
Yes.
The clip itself, we'll just show you. It's going to be, this table's about 1.5 inches thick.
Yeah.
So this itself can actually clip right on to the table
Yes.
and can be used off of the edge for
Yep.
whatever you're doing.
Yep.
We also yesterday
Clip it to a baseball hat.
You could. We also attached it to part of the cutting mat yesterday because
Yep.
if somebody wanted to have a small working area in front of them, the same thing here. If you end up with, and we've got the light, we got the clear glass board, and you maybe want to turn this and convert this into a little bit more of a surface there. So I was going to show you this. Yep. This fits right here in general. So what you end up with again is, and that's flat on the table, which is really, really awesome.
Yeah.
And again, we can change the angle. Let me flip this back around to get this
Yeah,
out
you
of our
can
surface.
slide that light in whichever way.
So let me
Yes.
show you what I just did really quick so we can kind of see what we're
Sandra
doing.
said she used the magnetic cradle to install doors on a shed while working inside, attached it to the metal bar brace. I love that.
There you go.
I love that.
So I'm trying to take that out there so I can share it here. There we go. So what we did is you can put the light in either way. They slide into the cradles. I wanted to extend it over to our work surface. So I just slid it in this way.
Yep.
And then that now
You have that
converts
extra few inches. Yeah, look at
converts
that.
this entire space
Yep.
to an area. Now, again, by the way, you remember you can use the light on its own,
Yep.
or if we're needing to see details, we can slide that magnifier on and look at whatever we're working underneath.
Yep.
So now we have a lit surface with magnification, without magnification. Now, because we simply just clipped it on.
Yeah.
Just use the clip to clip
Just
it
use
on.
that clip. Clip it on anywhere. So that comes with it as well. The little clip comes with it as well.
So we've talked about the magnet cradle. We've talked about the clip,
The clip,
the light itself, the
light
magnifier,
itself, the magnifier. It also comes with this base. So everything fits in the base, guys. How many times you get like tool sets that have a whole bunch of things, and you lose one of the pieces, or you keep setting it down and you don't know where it is.
Where did I put it?
So where did I put it? Where is it? So it all goes back into this little base. So the magnet one there goes, the clip here goes, you set your little magnetic disc and attach it to your little magnet there, and that stays there. And then your light goes right here on the end. And there's a little port, you got to push it down in, and then it will charge from here. So you can make this a
charge
table lamp
it
as
while
well.
using it,
Charge
and
it
then
while using
turn
it.
this on now. So now we end up with that as a surface while it's charging. You can use that as well as its own.
And then you can just fold your little lanyard up and slide it right in there. And then everything is in one space, which I also love so very much.
So let's come back and kind of talk about this as part of the embroidery and why this is so different. We've had the Flex Light for how many years now?
3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years. Been great. Love it. People love it. We used to be able just to stick it on. Oh, by the way, it does come with an extra cradle, right?
Yeah. You can also stick it on your sewing machine. It's on the sewing machine. That's the other thing. It comes with its little cradle, so you can stick it on your sewing machine too. And this little cradle has a piece of Velcro on the back, so you can stick it wherever you want on your machine, whichever place makes it better for you. And then that little light will slide in the same as it will in any of these other cradles that we told you about.
Looks like Roberts. It says everything is conveniently sized and packaged into the light kit. And that is exactly what it is. Our goal was to try to change the way that you can use a light and allow you to have more power to have light in more places. So we've heard people sticking the magnet now on locations because they wanted to work on something.
Right.
The machine with the cradle means we can Velcro it. We can use it for down underneath the bobbin case. If you need threading the needle, cleaning the machine, you want more light behind the machine, just illuminating the area. In fact, I like this. One of the places I would say if this is on is great. I'm just going to kind of put this behind here and I'm going to turn it on. I just want you to see this from the top, how much light this actually adds to the surface. So there's the light. It looks fine. And if what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it, by the way, above the surface. So what it's not doing is I'm not putting it in the way of the sewing area.
No.
In essence, if this is on the back, this can actually be positioned wherever we need it to put light wherever we're trying to create it. Front, on the back.
Yeah.
I'm going to zoom out on this a little bit here. So
I have mine here on my machine.
Yep. So again, think about this. Front, back, side, where are we doing this? Behind it, which is really great. And then what's really nice is, again, it's battery operated. So you can just charge it right in. You can leave it charged or plugged in. And then again, the cradle with your Velcro can be removed and replaced. And then again, it just slides right into there. So no matter where we've got that, this is where we did that on this one.
Yep.
We then positioned it as an example, so it's not in your way. Can you see how that would not be in your way if you're quilting? That's just always so bright. Look how bright that is.
So bright.
That's down on the dim spot. That's off. Like, look at the difference. Look at that. That's crazy. So bright.
so bright. So that is our embroidery bundle, guys, for our Fall Fest 2025. It includes our Go Classic light board.
Here, let's walk through. Let me kind of clean the embroidery stuff off for a minute so they can see. We'll come back to some of this here in a minute, but let's kind of move that so we can.
So it includes your Glow Classic light board here. It has multiple light settings. There are 4 different light levels on this one. You can see you can adjust that. All those different light settings. You can kind of see that head on pretty well.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Without the mat on here, this is where you can do pattern tracing for your embroidery projects, for your applique projects, for whatever projects you're working on. Someone mentioned earlier that she uses her light board for diamond art, which is phenomenal to use it for. Weeding vinyl, which
any
is
type of crafting, anything you're looking to do.
I build Legos on it with my grandson. I talk about that all the time because it's so much easier to see the pieces on top of the board. So you're able to do all those things on the light board. It also comes with a translucent self-healing cutting mat. And I didn't mention this earlier, but the mats are textured. So when they're textured, it helps hold that mat in place so it doesn't.
It actually has a non-slip, and they're on our current mats. They're a dual non-slip.
Yes, on this one it comes with a dual one. So you've got the texture on the back and the texture on the top. So the texture on the back helps that mat stay in place on your board, and the texture on the top helps keep your fabric in place as well. So that comes with it. Then the magnets also comes with this embroidery package. The magnets there's plates all over the place. You can it kind of moves, like when you try to put it somewhere and it doesn't have one, it'll flip really, really. See that? I love that. We play with that all the time. Anyway, The magnets come with this as well. And then the Flex sewing machine light with the accessory kit
The entire accessory
comes
kit.
with it as well. And it's for embroidery. If you do any handwork at all, if you knit or if you crochet, this little kit is so phenomenal for that. We just showed you how to use it when you're doing embroidery. So you can see especially when you're threading the number 7 needles that my mom says you're supposed to use. You can see what you're doing so much better. But you can do all those different things with it. So check that out, you guys. It's so great. Now, with our Fall Fest 2025, if you get the embroidery package, if you choose to do that, you also get free fat quarter bundle bags. And the embroidery package, pop out that, it comes with 2 fat quarter bundle bags.
2.
So make sure you add 2. If you choose this package, make sure you choose 2 of these awesome fat quarter bundle bags. Put them in your cart, and that will take how much they are off. Look at this is our fat quarter bundle bag. You can store your fat and travel with your fat quarters or your other projects inside this bag. So you get 2 of these with this package.
All right, let me just kind of zoom back out for everybody.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
So
Thanks.
fat quarter bundle bags, fat quarters not included, just the bags. But with this embroidery bundle, you get 2. So put 2 of these bags in your cart, and they will be for free, and they will come out with your stuff. 2. So great. I love these bags.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So that's
love
the
what that is.
package.
Great to have it.
Now, the reason I mentioned that I came up with this was because of my mom, who always hand embroidered her quilt tops. And I found a thing in Houston, and I just want to tell this quick story. When I was at the Houston, we're going to show and tell this because
so coming back really quick. So this is a fun thing. When we started, we talked about the importance of what happens with memories, being able to put things together. We have our happy spaces, etc. And I think this is a great combo. So Melodee showed me this the other day, and I was like, "What was it you found, and why was that?" And I was like, "Oh, you got to bring that in." So that's part of what this is. So now tell us your story again on kind of where this came from.
So I was at Quilt Festival, Houston Quilt Festival, for the first time. I've never done the festival part before. I've done the market part where we sell to stores before, but I've never done the festival part. And I barely got to leave the booth. A dear friend of mine, Dean, who loves Christmas as much as I do.
Nice.
He works for a company called All About Blanks. And he came over and he said, "Did you see this? Have you seen the Santa lady?" And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't even left the booth. We were so busy." And he's like, "You've got to come see the Santa lady." So he took me over to this booth. And I didn't get her name because I was so overwhelmed by what it was, but she makes these beautiful Santas. She's the Santa lady. She does it every year. And what she does is she finds vintage quilts, and she turns them into Santas. And I was just sitting there for like 10 minutes, just looking at them in awe. I just couldn't, I wanted all of them. And then I came across this one Santa that reminded me of my mom, because like I mentioned, she always hand embroidered her quilt tops. She always had quilt frames up growing up, and she would hand quilt them. She would hand bind them. She would do it all by hand. She knew how to use a sewing machine because I have her old machine, but she never liked it. She always liked to do it by hand, which I still think is nutty, but she loved to do that. And so I found this Santa. I'm going to grab it. I found this Santa that just reminded me of my mom so much that I'm probably going to cry.
Here you go.
But this Santa, thank you. And I carried it home on the airplane, guys. I carried it home on the airplane. She makes these Santas out of vintage quilts, and then she adds the cute little things on it. And if you look at the back, that is the quilt that it is. And this is exactly, my mother made quilts for all of us when we got married. If Keisha's still on there, I think she got one too.
Let's go ahead and let you show them. Come on, kind of lay it down. Show them.
This is exactly how she did it with her hand embroidery quilt tops. And you can tell this was hand quilted. I can tell this is exactly the way my mother had it. This is exactly what she would do. And we all got these as we were married. We all got these as we were married. And she did this like, she did this. There you go. This is how she would do it. She would do the kind of cross stitch hand embroidery. And this lady makes these into Santas. And the fur.
Isn't that adorable?
It's so cute. So I was able to get this in Houston. And I brought it home on the airplane. In my carry-on. Well, I brought it home in the bag. They bubble wrapped it for me. I brought it home in the bag as my carry-on so we could come home. And the people were mad at me that I put this in the overhead, but it made it home. And it's just exactly the way my mom made it. And she would have loved using this.
I love this. Is a perfect culmination of part of what we shared with you today, because the boards and the tools, the lights, the additional things, the cuttings, the combination, the ability then to do what you're going to love to do, whether you end up hooping this or whether you hold this on some different type of a frame.
Yep.
The additional lighting that you can use in order to make sure you can see all the details.
Yes.
If you wanted to transfer the pattern over, you could also have taken the fabric first and have laid it over the pattern and
then
have
done
marked
it.
all
Yep.
that into it.
Yep.
So I think that's a perfect selection, Melodee, with what you chose as part of the embroidery bundle. Again, you think about light boards, magnets to hold things in place, the cutting mat that comes as part of that, and then the light, the flex light that lets light be anywhere, all over the place with the magnifying, the magnetic clip, the clamp-on clip, and all those other things, the charging that you could use with your on you. So I think that's a really great combo that would make something like this as a project a lot easier to do.
So great.
And obviously, it ends up being such a wonderful memory.
Yes, and it just reminded me so much of my mom, and I wish that I could have given her all of these products. We were able to. She had a stroke about 8 years ago, and she lost vision in her eye. And when I started working with CutterPillar, we were able to get a light board for her and set it on her lap so that she could still hand embroidery a little bit because she lost some of the vision, and that light coming from below helped her so much. But if I could have given her this that she could have worn around her neck,
the extra flex light,
it would have been just amazing for her.
Wonderful.
So that's my little Santa.
So coming back, that kit is on sale right now. We would highly recommend that you add this to your cart and you prep to check out because you might want to add a few other things. It's on sale for $2.99. Does come with 2 of those fat quarter bundle bags. And let me just kind of go back in there. I was going through several of the pictures that were showing up in here because it really helps show some of the different functions and the features that we talked about. Again, with that kit, tracing over that is a great way to do it. You can see that the magnets are part of what that is, and there's everything that comes in that kit as a whole. Again, on sale, special. Currently 16% off with the additional fat quarter bags. It adds another $70 to $80 of value at no cost as part of what this is.
Yep.
So the actual value of what this is going to be right around about $440 of value is what you're getting in this for $2.99.
For $2.99.
Yep,
amazing.
$2.99. So that's a really, really great deal.
Great deal.
Okay, great.
Fall Fest 2025.
So let's quickly ask any questions coming up. Please let us know the questions about any of the tools, the products, or any of the stories as well.
We love your
Stay
feedback.
with us. We'll do another. How many more? What's our next demo?
Sewing bundle.
Sewing bundle. Okay. And then after that?
Paper crafting.
Okay. Let's go ahead and go sewing bundle.
Okay.
And then we'll move into paper crafting.
Okay. If you will pull the sewing bundle up.
Yep. Let me go ahead and pull the sewing bundle, and then we can talk about what that is. Great question. By the way, and how to get here, this is the CutterPillar main website. When you go there, click on Fall Festival. That brings you into all of the active bundles that we have on sale as part of what this is. And what we did talk about yesterday was the applique. We also talked about the travel package. We also talked about the all-in yesterday. We now reviewed the embroidery bundle. We're now going to take a look at what we're calling the Sewists package.
Yep.
And this is what is in the Sewist package. Oof, all right.
Scroll it down for me for a quick second because I want to make sure. Yeah. I just want to make sure I got the right light board on the table. So the thing about the Sewist package is it includes that Glow Classic light board that we just talked about. So that is included in it. And I'm going to show you how I use it for like sewing projects in just a second. It also comes with our Flip and Fold 48, which is
the
basically five
large
in one.
Yep.
It comes with our Flex sewing machine light. Just the light, not all of the other pieces.
It does come with the cradle that can be used.
It comes with the cradle and the light.
The
so
Velcro,
we'll talk about that again in just a second. But it comes with all of those pieces, and then I'm going to show you how I use it for a little project.
Let's take a look at that.
So,
you know what? I was going through that. Let me just quickly pull this back up. I'm all thinking, hey, everybody's seeing what this is. No, you're not.
Oh, he didn't pull it up?
Yeah, I did, but wasn't showing everybody. There you go.
Okay.
This is what I was looking for. So everybody can kind of see Flip and Fold 48, the same Glow Classic, which we just talked about. And then we end up with that Flex Light.
The Flex Light.
Okay, and that Flex Light, again, comes with the cradle so that you can utilize this in different places on the machine or any place you're going to Velcro it, but it does not have the other convenient pieces that allow it to be really as transportable and wearable.
I also want, if you choose the Sewist package, just know that we also have on our website, we have the Flex accessory kit on its own.
You can add
without the light. So you can add just all the accessories too if you want to this package. So that's we have that available as well. So go check that out. So I started a sewing project, and I keep mentioning how Keisha makes fun of me when we go to shows because I got this project at Paducah quilt show. I'm supposed to be making it for her son, and I haven't finished it yet, but I started it. How many of you guys have unfinished projects?
Oh, put in the list. My question is not how many of you have one.
No. How many
do you have?
How many projects do you have in progress? Because right now
let's look at that too. You got projects in progress? Is your project in progress?
Yes.
Okay. How many projects in progress
I have
do you
a
have?
quilt at home that's in progress. I have this project that I'm going to show you right now in progress. I have this embroidery project that I've started tracing the pieces, but I haven't sewn it yet. So I have 3 right now.
Oh, great. I'm guessing someone's going to outdo you on this.
In progress.
Really
so
quick,
let us know
again,
how many
as you're doing this, this is a comment that came up about the cutting board that we're going to do the flip and fold. And we also had a person comment about the flex light. I love my flex light. Great gift as part of what that is. This is a comment on the flip and fold. I love the flip and fold. It's so versatile, and you're going to see exactly how this. Thanks for your comments on that.
Okay.
Appreciate that. I probably didn't see that earlier when Eric brought that up, but I wanted just to say thanks. They're amazing.
Okay.
I have right now. Ooh.
How many?
Here's one. Here's one. A 10er.
10.
From Tracy.
Nice.
Oh, here's a 15er.
Oh.
Jody.
Now, I just want to tell you, for me personally, and you guys count your
Whoa,
projects.
whoa, Janet.
How many?
Lots,
Janet?
over 25.
Listen,
I'm going to say winner, chicken dinner.
I think so. I think you win that, Janet, for sure. I just want to say that I don't count things like all of my fat quarter bundles as a project yet.
No, not yet.
Decided what I'm doing with
to your point, I'm thinking underway.
That I've started.
Not that I want to do.
Not that I want to do. Because I do have things for other projects that I'm planning on doing, but these are the ones that I've actually started.
There you go.
I've done a piece of at least. So our Glow Classic Lightboard. I just want to say, so this is the project that I got.
Let's do a close up of that.
In Paducah. I got this little project in Paducah. Keisha's son, he's so adorable. He loves his stuffed animals. I used to babysit him when he was little. There we go. I used to babysit him when he was little. And when he was like 2 years old, he would, wherever I was sitting in the house when I would watch him, he would bring every one of his stuffed animals to me until I had all of them, and then he'd take them all away. So this is when I started making this, I was like, okay, I can do this. This is totally fine. This is not going to be hard. I mentioned that I'm a novice quilter because I just started quilting, but I've been sewing my whole life. I used to be, I don't like to call myself a seamstress, but I used to make wedding dresses and Halloween costumes and prom dresses and bridesmaids dresses for friends and family and things like that. So I've sewn for a really long time. And so I love this. I wish I'd had this back when I did that all the time. My husband has forbidden me from taking on those kinds of projects for other people anymore because I'm a procrastinator when I do it. I have all these projects that are started. I'm a procrastinator when I do it. And so I get really mean when I'm like hitting a deadline and I haven't finished yet and have to stay up all night to do it. So he's like,
no more deadlines.
No more deadline projects. Do projects that make you happy, but no more deadline projects. So I don't do that anymore. But I did get this because it was so cute. And it has, this is all of the little instructions that come with it, which are so great. And it comes with all the little patterns. But what I had to do with this is I had to double all of the patterns, right? And I think the patterns are not in there, unfortunately, but I had to double the patterns because you have to make one side of the elephant and then the other side of the elephant reversed, right? And so if you guys have projects like that, the thought of doing this without my light board, just I can't even imagine, because I had to, I only got one, I'm going to show you. So I got one piece, right? But I had to cut it twice and reverse it. So I was able to trace it on the light board.
Here's something too. Let's just kind of show them what ends up happening when you're not able to do something precise or scale it up, or we're trying to look at it. We end up with, our best efforts on that, right? Which is great.
But this is fine. Like, so if this is your pattern piece, like that's okay, right? But tracing it.
Look at that. Can't see it.
You can't see it. So if you're tracing, you can move the cutting mat out of the way. But so if you're tracing it, let alone reverse tracing it, right? So with the light, I can trace it.
Look at
that way. And then if I needed to reverse it,
look,
you can see through the back of the pattern.
I just want to do this one more time. Let's flip this back over. Turn the light off. I want everybody to see this. Okay, one, good luck. Like I'm trying to see that. Good luck. Turn it on once. Watch what happens. This is like magic. Boom. Look at that. See, it almost looks like it's not being shown through anything. But look at that. And then again, I love this. What you did is you just like, let's reverse the pattern
because you have to do a reverse piece
number
also.
2,
and then you do number 2, and then.
So by the way, when it's number 2, look at this. This is even crazier too. By the way, you can't see it that way reversed. You can't see it reversed. So then you have to try to trace it. And what we just did is we reversed it once so that you can see through that one no matter what. There you go. Now you can see through that, and we stacked another sheet of paper on it. And guess what? You can still see through that.
Yes.
Awesome.
So when you have to do your whole one side body and then your whole side body reversed, because you have to have two. You can do it on top of here because you can reverse your pattern and you can do it all on the
Wonderful.
whiteboard. Amazing, guys. Amazing, amazing.
Love that. Thank you.
Love that so much. So, and then when you're ready to cut your pieces out, if you are lazy like I am, because I try to get through projects when I'm working on them, my plan now, I can set this on top of my light board. I can set my fabric on top of here, and I can use my rotary cutter, and I can cut out right on here. Now, I'm not going to do it because I'm not ready to do it, but I'm going to do it I'm not going to do it right exactly on here because this fabric is very,
it's like a minky.
It's like a minky, makes a big mess, but you can cut right on top of there.
So let me show you. I should have had the top down.
So I followed the curve.
The line.
You can
cut that together
right on the line,
right on top of it.
I'll do it again. You can cut right on here. And you can cut your pieces out right on top of the light. And it helps me so much because this is the thing about it. Now, we showed you a little bit earlier about how when you're cutting pieces and you're squaring them up and you're using your ruler, you can use your ruler with the grid on the cutting mat, right? You can, so you can line things up and you can get really accurate with that. The other thing about this is, let's say we don't have this, right? Let's say we don't have this. The studio lights are pretty bright. Flip that camera back again, would you? I don't know if you could do this with the way it is, but I'm causing shadows on my project. I can't see what I'm doing because I'm causing the shadows.
Yeah, I'm going to just do this. I'm going to hold this up. We're going to take this front camera. And by the way, we don't have overhead lighting here.
I don't have an overhead light.
We don't have overhead lights. We have 4. We've got them around us, but I just want you to see as I take my hand down over this. Can you guys see how that shadow ends up falling underneath that?
Yeah.
So what we end up with is even with us here having lights surrounding us, I am still working. I'll do a top down on this. I'll just do close it. Look at the shadows. Look at that shadow that is being created and cast inside this area as I'm working on that, trying to cut or hold. This is what ends up happening. So when you end up with the light, what we end up with is, guess what? The shadow starts to go away, and we end up with a lot more light to be able to see everything.
And so just having your workspace lit is a game changer. It's a game changer to get more accurate because you can see better what you're doing and you can get really accurate with that. So
okay,
that's what we can do on the sewing projects with the Glow Classic. Now, oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
Whew. That's really bad. And just for the record, that's why I haven't finished this project yet because of all of that. So anyway, now the other item that comes with it.
Maybe we need to swap out your material.
Yeah, we do. Now, the other project that comes with it is our Flip and Fold 48. And now this, guys, amazing. Flip that camera for me, and I'm going to kind of show them how this works. So this, we showed it yesterday also, so we're going to go through it today, but like we have many videos about it, but this is an amazing. This is the cutting mat that I use at my house regularly. I do not have a dedicated cutting table. I do not have a dedicated space yet. I'm working on it, but I don't have it yet because I won't give up my special magazine room, my husband calls it, that is my sanctuary place. I won't turn that into my sewing room. So this is several cutting mats in one. First of all, it's made out of a material called TPE. So it's really, really durable. It feels different than most cutting mats you're used to, and it's for good reason because it's super durable. It's non-toxic. So when we did the laser cutting for this, it didn't like add to the pollution, which is really nice. Also, it's non-toxic. If you guys make fondants, frosting thingies, you can cut them out on here. But if you use it for that, only use it for that. But the other thing about it that is so cool about this TPE material is that it's heat resistant. So how many of you guys have left a cutting mat in your hot car?
Yeah.
And what has happened?
It doesn't turn out well.
It doesn't turn out well. We did a little test. Nathan has the test results.
We'll talk about this again. So now it doesn't mean iron resistant. It just means that it's a lot more durable and doesn't have the same problem that things like this have.
Right. How many of you have this has happened to one of your mats? Me.
Or things like this have.
Look at that.
And by the way, this is the same test that you see right here of this exact board in the same place. And that is the difference. So let me do a close-up of that.
So we put it in the hot car in Utah. And like Nathan mentioned at the beginning, this is a desert state. It gets pretty hot in the summertime. So we left this out in the hot car for a couple of hours in the summertime. This is what happened to these boards.
Here's the difference.
This is what happened to ours.
Look at that.
Crazy cool.
Like nothing. Crazy. So I just wanted to show you that really quick as we move through.
So this is so great. So here we go. So you have, like we mentioned, several cutting mats in one. It starts out with 11 by 17. And the thing that's really great about it is the measuring grid is actually 11 by 17. If you get an 11 by 17 mat, usually the mat is 11 by 17, but your grid measurement's like 16 and a half. Like you don't quite get that full thing. But it is 17 by 11 fully measured grid. The numbers are on the outside of the grid instead of the inside of the grid, which is super helpful for me because I can see what I'm doing so much better. It also has all of our little fractions on the mat because nobody wants to do fraction math. Nobody wants to count the little lines to be able to figure out which is 3/4 or which is 4/8 or which is the same thing, which is 5/8, any of those things. So they're all printed on there. It also has all the angles, which we like to always include. So if you're doing any cutting that needs that, you've got those as well. Now, so let's say you can cut on this, which is great, but let's say you need a little bit more space. Now there's one tab on one side, there's two tabs on the other side. Always start where there's two tabs, and then you can flip this open, and now you've got twice the space. So this is 17 inches by the mat is 24 inches. We shortened the cutting grid a little bit on that because of the cutout here for the puzzle piece, and I'll show you how those work in just a second, but you can cut past that 22 inches. So again, it starts over at 0. So you've got your 17 here, your 22 here, numbers on the outside, the angles are there again, and all of your little fractions are there as well. So this is your 17 by 24. Now, if you need a little more space,
by the way, 17 by 24, pretty good size.
Pretty good size.
Yeah.
This is a really great size for most things. It's a little bit bigger than our light board. So this is a great size. Then you can flip it and fold it out. So when you fold it out, now you've got 17 by 48. Like I mentioned, these little puzzle pieces, you just want to make sure that they are snapped in and this stays nice and flat.
Look at how wide that is. 48 inches.
48 inches. So all of your strip cutting you can do on here because you've got your 45-inch fabric. You can do the whole thing on here. You can fold it over. You can do all of it. You can cut this whole thing. If you're at a retreat and you have a neighbor, you can use this as your, because usually those cutting tables at retreats.
Almost two of those full-size mats. You can use one here, one here based on this.
Exactly, which is so great.
And guess what?
That's not
the size.
Half the size. Half the size. So those tables usually when you're at retreats and stuff are about 24 inches.
Yep.
They're not bigger than that. So this is perfect to set on there for that. Then it will open one more time.
There you go.
And so that is your 36 by 48.
That's the whole
shebang, guys. Look at that.
The whole area.
36 by 48. You've got angles. It starts over at 0 again. I don't know if you can even see that over here in the corner. It starts at 0 again. And you've got your numbers on the outside. You've got all of your fractions. We even have metric across the top if you need that.
So let me just quickly explain what we're looking at right here. Okay. Let me just ask in the chat here, how many of you have a 24 by 36? How many have that, Matt? By the way, this is 24 by 36 doubled.
It's 30. Yeah, doubled. Yes.
Doubled.
Doubled.
So half of this is the size of that mat that you have home. By the way, that's the most common. A lot of people up there are going to go big. 24 by 36. We had somebody comment yesterday when we were talking about our flip and folds. We have a smaller one, the mini version, which is 24 by 36. So it's actually just half of one of these. Cute little thing. Folds up to the size of a sheet of paper, which is amazing. And then this one is twice that size. And again, most people won't have something like this because you can't leave it out.
Right.
And if you're going to put it somewhere, guess what happens when you store it somewhere, Melodee?
It curls.
Curls. You try to put it up on end. You try to put it under the bed.
But this one folds up on your shelf.
On the shelf, like really quick. Let's show that. Pull that out and put that right on here. Let's show them what we just did. Look at that.
Here's your cutting.
Look at this is how this started. Think about what that is to what we now have that is covering this entire table. And then again, really quick, show them, put that back on the shelf right now. Look at this. Boom, right back on the shelf. Easy peasy.
So I want to say now, it might seem weird that this is included in the Sewist bundle, and I want to tell you why.
Oh, yeah, let's hear that story.
The reason, there's a good reason for it. There's a reason for it. So if you're a sewist and you are a garment sewer or even a stuffed animal sewer that I'm doing that right now, typically what you do is you lay your fabric out on your carpet because it's so big, and then you pin all of your pattern
You're
pieces
trying to find out how that all works together. Where am I putting it? What's my alignment?
The grain and all the things. You set them all out, then you pin them all down, and then you go to cut them, and they're stuck to the carpet. Because you've
been doing it on your dining room table. You're not wanting to pick. You don't want to scratch your table.
So you can set this on the floor, and you can lay your fabric out on it, and you can pin your pieces to it, and you can cut on it, and you're not going to cut holes in your carpet.
Yeah.
I speak from experience. You're not going to cut holes in your carpet. You're not going to stick your needles into your carpet, any of that. A little story. I have my house that I live in, my dad's dad built when my dad was like 10 or 12 years old. And we get to live in that house. And so it's very nostalgic and it's old and the design choices are a little bit to be desired in most of it. And we leave most of it the way it is because it's nostalgic for my dad and he's there and we take care of him. And so we leave it the way it is. But there was this tile in the entryway that I just hated it. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it so much. So I went and got a little rug, and it wasn't like a carpet rug. It was just like a little woven fabric rug, but it didn't quite fit. And so I had this next to me on the ground in the living room next to the entryway. And I was able to measure and cut with my rotary cutter on the carpet with
in
this
the area
to make it fit in the area. Cause I
Crazy.
could move the cutting mat to it. I had it, this size. I had it this size. And so I was able to measure and cut it on the carpet next to my foyer so I could make it fit exactly the way it needed to fit.
Here, let's do this really quick. I was going to open this back up because I want to show them one more thing really quick. I just want to show them our next half size. So,
oh, the size I can't do?
Well, we can do it.
Okay, so if you lift it up from the middle,
there we go.
It makes this size as well.
By the way, this is again where we started. A lot of you have this size mat at home. This is very common, 24 by 36. That's what this ends up with. Now, by the way, if you think about this, and what this mat is. Now let's talk about this, and then we're going to fold this back up. You can see, not hard. Once you get it out, it folds right up.
Yes.
We have these puzzle pieces, which is what keeps the mat together.
Yes.
Yesterday, we did a great demonstration. We'll talk about that here really quick. We end up with these slices, and everybody's like, oh, am I going to cut on those? Or what's the problem that I'm going to have? And yep, so you're good. Yep. So really quick, we're just going to show you this. But really quick, if you think about this, we end up with one whole cutting surface, by the way. If I open this back up again, we end up with cutting surface number 2, if you really want to do, cutting surface number 3, cutting surface number 4. You look at that. It has grids on both sides of this, by the way. Let me turn both sides.
Every single
all
size
come together.
Has a grid. Yep.
There we go. So now now again, the question is, hey, if there are these places that potentially we don't have that are covered, what we're going to ask is how well or how easy. Now again, before we do this again, I'm just showing you. So we have these puzzle pieces. What these puzzle pieces do is when they go together, these puzzle pieces, you can hear that little bit of the snap. They snap together.
Yep.
They help hold any of those seams. So they pull those things together so it keeps them. Go ahead and give us a cut. So what she just did is she just cut. Now let me zoom in on this a little bit so you can see what we just did because we've got such a big area here. So I'm going to show you what we just did. So leave it exactly where you're at. I'm going to show everybody here. And again, it's really hard to see. But by the way, there is a seam right here that you can't see because the mat has been built so well that it completely becomes invisible. And what she just did is she just took a rotor cutter, 4 layers, no problem, right through it, and no stray stringing thread pieces at all. So wonderful.
Do it one time. Boom. Boom.
Okay. So I just wanted you to see, and then let's do this. Let's go open it back up one more time, and then Melodee will fold this, and then I want to talk about.
Listen, let me fold it from here because this is the thing that's so great about folding it back up. It seems daunting, but you can't mess up fold. It only folds up one way. Like you can only. Like even if you do this, you can't fold it up the wrong way. It won't let you, right? So when you open it back up, see I'm so great at this one. It only folds up one way and it kind of folds together like an accordion and it won't fold up the wrong way.
So then let me show you this as well. A lot of people say, well, then how? What might I know or how might I do this? You look right here on the top. We have instructions, QR code that has a video that walks you through how to do this, etc. So again, to me, I just want you to think about this. The reason a lot of people buy these is not because you already have a mat and you're like, oh, I don't need a second one. It's because of the exact same reasons you've talked about. The mat that I have today is fixed where it is. So I will certainly be getting one of those. Thank you very much, Y. Roberts. But because is often you don't have a mat like this that you can be putting around, storing on a shelf, by the way, right here. You can't put it on a shelf. Don't worry about it warping. And it transforms. What size do you need? Do you need to leave a 12 by 18?
Right.
Do we need a 24 by 18? Do we need a longer 17 by 48? Do we need a 36 by 24 or do we need a 48 by a 36 by 48? Okay, so that's where this was. And so you have all of those. And when I've talked with a lot of people that ended up buying this, they're like, you know what, Nathan, the reason I bought this is in my home, I often have spaces like my quilting, my sewing, my crafting room. We have things on our surfaces. And then if I do have a cutting space, usually it's a 24 by 36, but they're also using that. Like I have this bigger piece I need to deal with. It's like, how do you do that? Yeah. And so what they're saying is it's really great to be able to take something like this when the time comes. It's not an always. Move to another location in my home if we need to, even if it's a floor, it doesn't matter. And now you legitimately have converted whatever that space is, the kitchen counter, the table, the floor. So I still get mixed up sometimes a little bit, but it works well. There you go. Website's helpful as well. That's what we got for the video. But when you do that, you now go do the project, like you said, if it's pinning, if it's whatever
Yeah.
that is, when you're done, folds right back
Folds
up,
right-
gets put
puts it
back away. So you now have legitimately been able to convert where you cut, how you cut in your entire home and your entire space. So they've been tremendously popular. Let's grab that. Let's grab the mini out just to show them quick differences on that.
It's in the bag.
So grab that one really quick, and I just want to show
Yeah.
them.
It's in the mini bag that you threw over there. This is the thing. We didn't talk about it a lot today. But the other benefit of these mats, this is the mini one we talked about
Yeah, we'll talk about
yesterday,
that.
the 36. The benefit of these mats is also a traveling mat. Like when you go to a class or you go to a retreat, you never know what size mat you're going to need. They fold up so small you can travel with them and have whatever size mat you might need.
In fact, this one I just pulled out of the mini bundle out of the travel tote, out of the travel tote. So let me just show you. I just want to show you. This is the size. This is the one. It's about a sheet of paper. Do you have a sheet of paper for me? I just want to show them so they can understand. Really, sometimes it's hard to get a scope. This mat is about twice the size. Again, so there's a sheet of paper. This is the mini. It's a little bit bigger. Again, this mini is half the size. So it's exactly half the size of what this one is. We end up with this one, which is our 48, flip and fold 48, which is the big one. Again, the double side, we take those, we open it. Again, it expands. Very easy to expand out to its full size. Folds up, stores on a shelf. There you go. So nothing else to it.
So there is one more item in the Sewist bundle, and we've talked about it already, so we won't spend a ton of time on it. But the other thing in the Sewist bundle is our Flex Sewing Machine Light. Now, we talked about it with the accessory bundle. Oh, yeah, threw it over here. But it comes with just the light and the one cradle. Where did I throw it? Oh, wait, no. I set it down, guys.
I might have moved it. Did I move it?
I don't know where I set it down.
Is it under some fabric somewhere?
It might be under here somewhere. So we talked about it a little bit before. We'll find it. I know it's here. It's a great sewing machine light that you, here it is. You're right, under the fabric, under the fuzzy fabric. So it comes with a little cradle that has Velcro on the back that you can attach to your machine wherever you want. Then you can slide this into your cradle and you can point this light wherever you need the extra light. It tends to stay on the needle for me. And then when I start sewing, I can move it out of the way. The light is adjustable. There are multiple light settings on this one. There's high, medium, and low. And it's rechargeable, so you don't have another cord in the way.
Let's do this really quick. I'm going to come back to this. Let's just finish. We have a lot of people commenting quickly on the mat. I just want to come back. We're going to come back to this light. This is a great one. The cutting surface is so much better than other brands. So thank you, Catherine. Feels a little bit different. It's had to be because it folds. It looks like a quality. It is. This is a different style mat that you're going to find. Operates different, cuts different, folds different.
Yes.
And it allows you to take this to different places that you can't do with those other things as well. So I just wanted to kind of come back to that. The other one was, Kitty, again, having a large mat for those large projects
is so
can
great.
Absolutely change the way you have access to. So thanks. Let's come back to light. I just wanted to catch those because those things are all super true. We had some people who talked about this, who've owned this product. If it's not one that you have, we'd love to, have you bring one home.
Yeah, because they're so great.
All right, thanks. So we'll go back to light. So this one has, the last is the Flex Light again?
Yes, the Flex Light. So it attached to your machine. It's rechargeable. So there's a little port on the top, USB-C.
Just kind of zoom in on that so they
it
can
has
see.
A little rechargeable port right there. And it has this little indicator light here, which I love because you can turn it and you can see how much juice you have left in the before you need. So when it gets down to that, you need to charge this one. So when it gets down to the 1, then you know it's time to charge it. But there's 3 different light levels, which is so amazing. And you can set it anywhere on the sewing machine that you want. And point it to wherever you need it. And I have a newer machine. I bought it at a show this year. I have a newer machine. The light is great on it. I just need extra light.
You need more than what it provides.
Just a little more, and only on the needle. Like I don't need it everywhere.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Specific locations, specific purposes. Yeah.
Which is so great.
Cool. So again, that's the kit.
Bundle.
Light board.
CutterPillar Glow Classic light board comes with the cutting mat. The translucent self-healing cutting mat. Flip and fold 48. And your Flex Sewing Machine Light. Now, if you go to our website, to our Fall Fest 25 section, you'll see this. You could also get fat quarter bundle bags for free with this.
What do I get for free?
Make sure you add these fat quarter bundle bags to your cart or else they won't ship. So make sure you add them. You get your fabric not included, fat quarter bundle bag. You get 3 with this kit, with this bundle, with this package. With the Sewist package, you can get 3 of these fat quarter bundle bags for free.
3 fat quarter bundle bags.
Make sure you add 3 of these bags to your cart. So great, guys. they're so great for Christmas is coming up. Like your sewing friends, you can give them for Christmas presents. Like you can use them to store all of your projects and your fat quarter bundles because you can hide those and then you aren't looking at your unfinished projects. You can hide them and put them on a shelf.
There you go.
But these fat quarter bundle bags. So if you get the Sewist package, Eric just put the link in the chat.
Let's give another one of these away right now too.
Let's
those
give
who are
one of
watching.
these
All right,
away.
let's go. We're gonna go ahead and give this away.
Yes.
If you're with us,
I love that plan.
we're gonna make this quick and simple. Anybody who has, let's just do this. Give me the number of cutting mats you have in your home.
That's really good. How many cutting mats do you have?
And then you'd say, why do I need another one? Because these ones are better and they travel
better
with you.
and it's all
and they can be put anywhere you want.
I got rid of every other cutting mat.
Done.
I got rid of every other cutting mat. I only have this one and
Boom.
the mini
Consolidation.
now. I get rid of every other.
There we go. We got people come through. Anybody who wants to comment on it, throw whatever you want to do.
Throw a number in there and you will be entered to win.
Just give us the one comment on what you got going on.
There's 5, there's 5, there's 2, there's 4, there's 4.
At my home, I don't quilt and I don't sew, and I think we have 3.
Yeah.
And then I went to get another one
love
out
it
because
so
I was
much.
standing it up on edge. It was a different brand. I was like, dang it.
Yeah.
I was trying to cut, and I was like, you're never taking that out because it won't relax back down. I was
No,
like,
it won't. There's nothing you can do to flatten those.
That
back
match ruined. Like, good one.
Janet has 8.
There you
Jody
go.
has 2. Diane has at least 5.
5. Way to go. Way to go.
Yay,
Mat
that's so great.
lovers.
Okay,
In
Eric's,
fact, I was in
Eric's
another. I was.
covering his eyes. He's
I'll
gonna choose
say,
a winner.
go ahead and choose a winner right now. When you just, I was in another place where I was selling mats. I didn't like selling mats because I was like, dude, everybody already has one of these.
Yeah.
And we're doing this now. I'm like, nobody has one of these. Nobody
No,
has
'cause
something
this
like
one's so
this.
different. This one's just
There
so
we go. Rosina Rubes or Rubus.
Yay!
Rosina, congratulations. Sorry, it might be loud in my mic. I'm a loud person.
Yeah, so am I. It's probably
so
bad.
loud. You're like, Nathan,
Congratulations.
Simmer
Send
down now. Simmer
send
down.
an email to support@cutterpillar.com and we will get your
We'll
fat
get it
quarter
sent to
bundle
you.
bag. Send that to you. Send us your email.
All right, there we go.
Send me your mailing address too.
All right,
Okay.
let's go ahead and do
All right, so
our last one here.
bundle, we're gonna run through this last bundle. This is our paper crafting bundle that we've got on special for our fall fest. So if you will, behind you, hand me the paper cutter. So this is our crop paper cutter. So just a quick little history. Just a quick little history. I just lost the paper. A quick little history of
I'll go get it.
CutterPillar. It started about 12 years ago. I have more. It's okay. I have more right here. It started
No,
about
I want
12 years
I
ago.
want this
You
one.
want
This
that
one's
paper?
cooler.
Okay, that one's cool. Started about 12 years ago. Started in the paper crafting world because our original founder worked as a commercial printer, and he wanted the precision and the ease and how much he loved the big cutters inside the print shop. He wanted that for home, and so he was able to
Industrial
design
size, cutting, precision. That
and so
together.
he was able to bring that here. So there's, if you're a paper crafter, there's a few reasons why
I would
this
say
is
if you
better.
deal anything
Or
with
actually,
paper,
you don't need
to be a
you
paper
don't even need to
crafter.
be a paper
A lot of people
crafter,
cut
honestly.
paper for different pieces, different processes, different projects, and or you can be a heavy paper crafter or a light paper crafter.
Yeah. Picture what I like to say. One of the biggest things is remember back when our kids used to bring those photos home from their school photos.
Remember when?
Remember those wallet-sized photos or those mini wallet-sized photos? And we used
Cut
to
'em and separate
always
'em.
try to cut those and separate those,
Yeah.
and we always messed it up. And then you had to trim. They
See how
never
it's
fit in those little
curves or
plastic things.
scissors. You're
'Cause
trying
you
to
can't
find
cut straight.
something.
It's terrible. So think of
Terrible.
that
Terrible.
while we talk about this. So this bundle includes our crop paper cutter. We want to pull it up so I can remember which. I think it's the mini that comes with it, but it
Here we
includes
go.
our
We're going to
crop
bring this
paper
on
cutter.
up.
Thank you. She has the Pro Trimmer, which is we have available on our website. Also, it's just twice as big as the crop.
Nice.
The cutting
Good.
area
Love
is the
that
same
product.
size, but
Yeah.
the Pro.
Here you
I think
go.
It comes with the mini. So this is the thing. It comes with the crop trimmer. It comes with the bag that the crop trimmer fits in. And then you also get a free fat quarter bundle bag. So make sure you put all those in it. It's the mini, right?
And then the mini light
And then
board.
the
Let me
mini
grab
light board.
that for us here.
Oh, it's right here. I got that.
You got that? Okay.
It comes with this right here. And there's a very specific reason for this paper crafting bundle that I included this. And I'll let you know here in just a second. So your crop trimmer, there's a few things why this is the best paper cutter, because it is true precision. Like she just mentioned, it is true precision. So first of all, you've got a rotary blade inside a cartridge here. So it's very safe.
So let me
very,
have
very safe.
let me have you think about this again. So I apologize. Think about this if you've been working. I'm curious to know how many of you have used any type of a paper trimmer and a paper cutter. And my mind keeps on
Or
going back.
scissors.
like what ends up happening is you probably have one, you probably tried a second, try a third. Something happened. The blade didn't work. I had to try to find a replacement. When I was trying to push on it, every time I did it, it kind of splits paper and it moves to the side.
Tears,
if you're
bends.
using one of the guillotines, like I was
Moves.
like, why? Every time I'm like, I cannot get that darn thing straight. And it's like wasted cut, or you have to lay it out. You can get a razor blade with a ruler. That'll help.
Right, but you might slip.
But again, I just want you to think about that. If anybody has ever had any one of those experiences, think about this, because what you're going to show them is completely different. Right now, you're talking about safety. By the way, guillotine's not safe. Some of the others are safe because you can't get anything out of them,
even those little slide trimmers, right? When you lift that little plastic piece up, the blade is right there. It shows.
Yeah,
and so like, I wouldn't let my grandson use those. This one I will.
We're going to show you. So go ahead and show them again.
So it's super nice and safe. So it's inside there. So you're not going to cut yourself.
All right.
So we're going to flip it up. I'm going to flip it up this way. Leave it that way. I'm going to show you. It's inside here. See, that is inside there.
Oh, here, let me do this. Let me
get your flex slide out.
Let me flex slide out. There we go.
Look at that. See that? So it's inside there. And the thing about it is,
look at that. Here, let me zoom in.
Gears.
I want to show them, because this is
see that?
This is so what changes, and this is the game changer. Look at that. Can you see how that rotates?
So there's gears inside there, and there's a gear track
you can actually see a gear right in there.
And so that's
look at that.
The gear track.
Oh, we can't really see it, but we got gears on the bottom. Yeah, I love that.
Gears in there. That's what rotates that blade. So picture like you're just guiding a power saw. You don't have to use your own energy to make it actually cut. You don't have to push down. A lot of rotary cutters
I'm going to have you hold
like
this right here, because I want to show them this next thing that you're going to do, because this is crazy as you continue to do. So we talked about safety. I just want to be able to have everybody see what's going to happen when we start slicing that.
Okay. So the other thing, okay, turn that light off for me, would you? The other thing that's so great about it is this little white section right here is an LED light. So you can turn that on, and that helps you see your exact cut line. It's hard with the studio as usual, but you can see exactly where you're cutting, because you're cutting right at the edge of the metal here. And so that light causes a shadow. And so you can see exactly what you're cutting. But because of the way that mechanism works, because of the rotary blade, because it stays so, that's the other thing. When you've got metal on metal, it's kind of like when you're sharpening a knife in the kitchen. They're self-maintaining.
Self-sharpening, yep. It self-maintains. It hones, it's self-honing. So this sharp edge hones against the flat side of the blade.
It's kind of like your really good scissors never really hardly ever need to be sharpened, because they keep pushing against each other.
Anybody ever heard like cut tinfoil and help pull the edge together and sharpen it?
Yes, you can do that here. Yes, exactly. But look what you can do with this. I just cut through.
I want you to keep on going. Do a little bit of a pile for them. I want them to see this. Now, by the way, one thing I want you to see here, by the way, really quick, is Melodee is not having to put a ton of pressure, because normally what happens is when the cut comes, it shoves the paper to the side.
Right.
And so what she's doing is, again, show them. This is like spaghetti thin. Yes. Look at that.
Because of the rotating blade, because of the gears, like you can cut down to about 1/64 of an inch. It's like, it's really crazy. But you also, you can get super precise, because you've got your measurements here. You've got your measurements in the grid is, you've got your straight lines here is your 1/2 inch, and then your little hash marks are 1/4 inch. So that's all here. Now, the thing about the crop trimmer, if you're a paper crafter or a card maker, it's small enough, but you can swing out the arm. So it will cut. You can measure out to just past 17.5 inches, or you can leave it closed. Mine always stays closed, because this goes out just past 6.5. which is not normal for most smaller paper cutters. It doesn't go past 6.5. And so you're guessing, like if you're a card maker, you're always guessing 4.25, 5.5, because you lose those measurements on most of those paper cutters. But on this, they're already there. So if you are doing 4.25, look, I don't even have to put my glasses on. There's my 4.25, right? And here's my 5.5, and that is your card base, because that's what your typical size card base is. And there it is, just like that. I didn't even have to open the arm to make that happen. I didn't have to guess. This is my card base.
Love that.
So it's so great for that.
I just want to bring these pieces again. Let's put those on there. I just want them to see how precise this is and why. I'm going to zoom back on. This is crazy.
Look at this. Look how tiny these things are. Look at that.
And by the way, over and over, so you can trim. Yeah, I'm zooming. Like, that's crazy. Like,
so if you're trying to mat a photo or a title or anything like that, and you cut it crooked, you can use this to get it accurate. Don't pull your scissors out, because nobody ever cuts straight with their scissors.
Look at that.
Picture those photos that we were talking about before, those school photos that are so hard to cut apart. When you use this and you've got that light and you can see exactly where you're going to cut, you can cut those school photos out exactly the size that you need. I wish I had
another sheet of paper too. I want to show them, because right now, by the way, it's amazing. The light itself produces a lot of illumination. And you might say again, why? Well, it actually gives you your hard edge, because right now you're like, oh, I'm wondering, how much or where my space is or where my cut is. And so the light itself creates a very, very, love this. Like we're going to take a look at this. Here we go. Take a look at this one. Here we are. And I'm going to move this way so we get maybe more of this in the camera, and then we'll hold it up a little bit.
Kind of hard to see.
Just want everybody to, we got a couple layers there too.
Oh, we got too many.
There you go. I'm just going to hold this up so everybody can kind of see this.
What if
Hold
we
this
flip
for a
it
second.
back like we did yesterday with the?
Oh yeah,
I wonder if that would
there
help.
you go.
There, you see that?
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
beautiful.
This is what you're actually seeing. Right there is your cut line. That is exactly your cut line.
So as you move it through, look at that. So that's what that's what we're seeing when we're cutting right now.
Yep.
So we have all these studio lights on, but that's what we see. We're seeing that precision, the hard edge line of that still piece behind it right there.
Yep.
Is what we get.
That's exactly your safety.
And right now I can literally, I see the exact same thing from
Yeah.
the top. It's just hard for us to show you with what that is, but that's exactly what we're seeing as part of the cut.
The other thing that's so great about this is it doesn't just cut cardstock. It will cut vellum. It will cut lightweight paper. It will cut up to about 110-pound cardstock. This is glitter paper. I guess I got to move it over. This is glitter paper. So it'll slice through glitter paper. It'll slice through thin paper. It'll slice through. It won't cut chipboard. So don't ask me about that because it will not cut chipboard.
Not a chipboard cutter.
But it's about 100-pound cardstock, which is super, super thick. So it's meant for precision, which is so great. Like Tracy mentioned, it's made for precisions, not for bulk. Now, the other item included in this package is the Glow Mini. And there's a reason I chose the Glow Mini. You kind of have the cord. The Glow Mini does need to be plugged in, but that's fine. The reason that I did it for the paper crafting bundle is because I use the Glow Mini when I'm making cards. The card making thing with the Glow is just so, so great. Oh, you know what? I don't think this cord's even plugged in. Here, I have one here. I think we didn't ever plug
flip that around the other way.
Yep.
There you go.
There's so many things floating around this little studio here, guys. I can't even tell you. There's cords and things everywhere. Okay,
there we go.
So there's our Glow Mini. So the thing about the Glow Mini and the reason that I chose this for this is what I do with my light boards when I am card making. I'm going to flip the camera while Nathan's looking for a power source. So because you can see the grid on this, right? Right? We have the grid on the mat. So you can see the grid when the light is on. You can take your little card base and you can set it on here. And so you can make sure that you're square on the grid. I need my glasses. So you can make sure that you're square on the grid, right? So you've got this. And what I do is I take a little piece of washi tape and I'll hold my paper down onto this. So you'll hold it down with a little piece of washi tape. Then when you're going to make your design things on here, you can use that grid, right? And you know that you're square because you're lined up with, same as when you cut with the ruler, you know that you're lined up with both of these sides. So you know that you're straight across here with this. And then you can do it like when you're doing a halfway over, when you're going vertically, any of those kinds of things, because you can make sure that you're exactly square because you can use this grid. Now, someone mentioned earlier that they use their light board for weeding vinyl. So you can do that on here. Lots of paper crafters also use Cricut machines and silhouette machines and those kinds of machines to do their die cutting. You can weed those pieces out on top of the light because it will show through and you can see your cut lines so much better.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So the little Glow Mini comes with it. The crop trimmer comes with it. And the bag that you can put the crop trimmer in also comes with it. So this...
You're good.
I just dropped stuff. This fits right in here.
Iron. Oh, thank goodness it's not on.
Good. Yeah, I dropped my iron from yesterday. So you can put this right in here. And so this is our portable trimmer. It's smaller than our Pro trimmer, which is also available on the website. This is the crop one. Like I mentioned, this is where we started. This is where CutterPillar first started, is in the paper crafting world here. But this fits right in here. And then you can take it with you to your crop or your friend's house or travel with it. You can store your stamps and your dies and your scissors and all of your other things that you might need. And that is our paper crafting bundle for our fall fest.
A very easy thing to travel with, it looks like. We end up with the light board, the mini light board, which is, again, it's about 12 by, 9? Kind of.
It's about 10 by 13, yeah.
About the width of it.
It's so great. You can throw it in your purse.
So, again, she just said it's great for weeding vinyl.
Yes.
You know, you end up with that light for so many different purposes. Has the cutting surface as well, so you can do that. Protects the light. So if you wanted to do some of the adhesive types of things, you're working with that and aligning it. We end up with the trimmer itself, which is absolutely lovely. It's been a star for quite some time
Yeah,
as far
for
as
12
its
years,
design,
yeah.
how it works, safety, the mechanisms with the rolling blade that is allowing you to get those super delicate, super precise cuts without having to worry about where the paper's going or how it's moving around.
Yep.
You got the arm that extends so it can hold out to how big? How can
17 and a half
17 and a
inches.
half inches. Yet fits up to, it looks like it's just over probably about 8 inches wide.
Yeah, 7.5,
Probably
8
about what
inches
this
wide.
is. A
Yep.
bag for traveling that you can put that in as well.
Yep.
And this is partly referred to as our, what again? Our, I'll bring it back up.
Our
Nope.
fat quarter bundle bag.
Nope, but the kit, the
Oh,
combo.
this is our paper crafting
Paper
package.
crafting. There we go. So this is the paper crafting package. So
Travel
let's go ahead and
package.
wrap that up and let's do
Yep.
one more giveaway.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us a little bit about this again, this package that we got.
So you get a bonus fat quarter bundle bag. So make sure you add that
Bonus.
to your cart. But this is the paper crafting travel package. You get the travel bag along with your paper cutter. And then the Glow Mini is so small. The travel bag for the mini doesn't come with this package, but this I throw into my carry-on, into my tote bag, into my just whatever. The mini light board is so lightweight. It's so lightweight, guys. It's about 1.5 pounds. It is so lightweight, and it's got this molded plastic around it, so it's super, super durable. So you can throw this into your tote bag. You can throw it into your purse,
However
anything
you
like
wanna use
that. However you want to use it, you can take that with you along with your paper cutter.
Wonderful. We'll do one more giveaway. We're going to kind of walk through again the specials, how you can find these, how you can take advantage of them. Remember when we started, we talked about doing more of what you love, being in your happy place, finishing projects for the loved ones you have around you, or the gifts or the time that you want to provide. And one thing you can do to present some of yourself of what you love to do with those around you that you love. Ideally, that's one of the reasons we put the Fall Festival together.
Yep.
And we're hoping that you're thinking about, again, where and how might I see these things being used in my space? How does this help me do more of what I love doing and making it easier, which is exactly what we're loving to do? How does it help us see better? Again, and so I'm going to just share that website with you, and then we'll do the last giveaway. One of the things you're just going to do is you can just go to CutterPillar.com, and it's going to drop you right here. The first banner you see is the Fall Fest Live Sale.
Yep.
So go ahead and click on this. It's going to take you into the section that has all of our different bundles that we're currently running. One of the key things that we've done this time is added the fat quarter bundle bag, fat quarter bundle bag in there with a lot of these, and we've already discounted the product. So normally,
Yes.
just so you know, everybody knows our normal discount when we're talking about something like this and we're discussing a sale. You know, we're really only about 5% off on our bundles, and then sometimes you have a coupon. This one is as is in the cart.
No coupon needed.
And then you're able to add those fat quarter bundles, and there's no additional charge based on the account you have. You can put those in your kit. In fact, one thing we ought to, well, we'll talk about that maybe tomorrow, a little bit later. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. But by the way, take advantage of these now. Get them today as the live goes through. We will be extending this through Sunday. Normally, I don't like to say that because I want you to go check out on your carts today.
Right.
But I want you to take advantage of these. This was something exclusive. Melodee was down at Houston. Our goal was, hey, when she comes back, what can we do to bring some of Houston back with us?
Yes.
Obviously, there's some memories. We did extend those Houston sales. We have buy one, get ones half off. So we have a couple also.
On that page also.
They're on the same page. You can go there and say, what is if I buy one? What else can I get half off? So it's a great time to shop, great time to add them to your cart, great time to check out and take advantage of the specials that we have today.
Yeah.
What I'd like to do is any questions that you have right now, let's go ahead and bring those up. Let's position those if you can. We can help answer them, and then we'll do a giveaway.
We will, but I also want to mention, make sure you guys are signed up for our newsletters. Make sure you join our CutterPillar Facebook Creations Hub. I'm looking forward to next week because we have something really exciting coming next week also that I don't want you guys to miss out on. We have another sew along starting next week. So the sew along is on Wednesday and Friday next week. So make sure you come join us for that. If you don't have your kit already for the sew along, it's not too late because when we do the sew along projects, those videos will live on our Facebook page. So you're able, or on our YouTube channel page, you'll be able to go back and visit those and take a look at those later as well. So
I'm going to show everybody really quick how to get there. If you go up to
if you go to shop
we end up with Riley Blake kits right down here. Click on Riley Blake kits.
And our
here
first
are those
sew
kits that you can.
I think you actually hit the wrong thing.
Go ahead.
Our first sew along is our, so Eric just dropped the link in the chat as well for our Riley Blake kits, but you can go to shop now. The collections will pop up. There we are. Those are our Riley Blake sew along kits. So the first one on the left, that table runner, is what we're doing. We still have a very small handful left of our summer sew along kits, which is on the right side. So you can do that. I don't know if I'm supposed to announce this right now or not, Eric, but if you haven't yet purchased, I don't know if we've sent this out yet.
No,
Eric says go ahead. So if you go, you can you can use a coupon code on those kits.
Yeah, just go take advantage of those right now with the code.
It's called Sew Along. The code is called Sew Along, all one word, SEWALONG, and you can get a discount on those Riley Blake kits. So even if you don't have them yet and our Sew Along starts on Wednesday, you may not get it in time, but you can still watch the Sew Along and you can watch it later.
I know we have a handful. They have been finishing selling out. I know I spoke with one of our other gentlemen that does part of our advertising. He's like, hey, we've had another 5 go. I think we might have another 5 to 12 of those. I don't quite know what we've got, but they're no less than that because I think we're down around 15. But some of those, just go ahead and get those. The biggest thing that we've heard when people did this, you're the testimony.
I'm one.
Did one, completed it, one of your first projects,
My
made
very
it
first
easier,
quilting project.
was able to get through the quilting project. Now she has the quilting bug.
I do.
So again, what we have found that a lot of people say, man, we've paid hundreds of dollars for these types of sew-alongs, and so all you have to do is get the kit, and you get to participate in these sew-alongs. We go step by step, help you complete them, helps you find success. Again, like, subscribe, right? Follow us, share us with other people. Take advantage of the sales. Take advantage of the sew-alongs that we've got coming up.
Wednesday and Friday next week at 1 o'clock Mountain Time.
If you're not subscribed to our newsletter, which you mentioned earlier, the reason we would recommend that every Monday we send out an agenda email that talks about all the things that are going on. We've got Sew and Spill. We've got some things with bows. They're meeting and connecting with a lot. We also have what we call our Maker's Minute, which is where we're highlighting a lot of our ambassadors. That happens every single Tuesday. If you're on our newsletter, guess what? You get an email of them, their projects, which they often are doing. They're doing free projects. You get to see how they're using our tools with our things as well. So there's a lot of things you're going to want to do as part of our newsletter.
Norma has a question. How do you get the half off? Norma, the buy one, get one item half off they're the combos that are on that Fall Fest page. There's 4 of them at the bottom. It's already included. So you just have to add those. It's not half off on everything. It's just on those particular items. So if you go to the website and you go to the Fall Fest page, if you go, Nathan's going to pull it up here for you. Scroll down a little bit. So those are those 4 at the bottom are the buy something, get something half off. So if you buy the Glow Ultra, you get the swivel half off. And as soon as you add it to your cart, that discount already pops up. So you don't need a coupon code for those.
So this is buy one, get one half off. Let's have, we need to put an image on there so people know, because nobody knows it's a buy one, get one half off. So that's what we'll do on that one.
We'll fix that up. Okay. So let's do one more giveaway, before we take off for today.
This is going to be a simple one.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I know, because it's hard.
I was going to ask, I guess here's the thing. Let's just have anybody comment about either how you currently do or how you would envision using any one of the tools in your space. In your ideal space. Share that with us. How would you, and where do you currently already use a CutterPillar product in your space? Just drop that in there.
Or where do you see it? Like if you don't already have one,
how would you envision using it? Let's go and throw that in there. We've got a couple of people saying thanks. Thanks, Steve.
We don't have plans for that, Norma, right now. You can get the fat quarter bundle bag if you want. And then it's free with whichever
How hard
level.
is it to do a buy one, get one half off on the fat quarter bundle?
It's not hard.
Probably still. We'll go do that. Let's go put that on the site. Might as well.
Santa Nathan is here with us today, Norma. Santa Nathan is here with us today.
So what this means is normally the fat quarters are only getting tossed in when you buy one of our combos from the fall. What we're saying is if you want to buy a fat quarter bundle, you can get a second one at half off. So that will take them down and put a discount on. So buy one, get one half off is what we'll do.
So as soon as we're done here, see, Santa Nathan's here. I will go do that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
But when you do that, you'll need to put 2 bags in your cart.
2 bags in the cart. Second one's half off.
I will do that.
We'll do discount. Cool.
Oh,
great question. Love that. Thanks for the help on that. We got a lot of people bringing up their comments. Keep them coming. We're going to let you finish doing that.
Flex lights throughout the house daily. I love that.
Diamond.
I'd like a light board for applique. I love that as well. The big mat on your kitchen island and cutting your fabric. I do that on my dining room table for the same thing. We have a formal dining room table that I
just use the 48
for cutting backings. That's so great for that sewing machine, cutting mat, and light box. Beautiful. I love this. You guys are so great.
Keep them going. We're going to give you just a minute as you do so. If there are any other questions that you have, feel free to throw those. We'll try to come back and catch those as well. We appreciate everybody. We're going to give away another one of these. Let's do this. This last person, we're going to double down.
Oh, the last.
Give them 2. Give them 2.
Oh.
Give them 2.
Santa Nathan is here today, guys.
Let's give them 2. Let's give them dose on this last one for hanging around, watching us, being part of this deal.
Thank you for being here.
We're going to do 2 of those.
Oh, I just messed up. I did that.
Well, that wasn't you. That was weird.
Well, that was super weird. We just got super fuzzy.
Hold on a minute. Let's see. That was odd.
Your thing is right here.
Yeah,
there it's back.
There you go. I was just like, let me move out of the way.
That was weird. Okay, so
it's probably my black shirt today. I was like, there's a big hole. I can't tell where that is.
I know mine is all like.
I don't know why I wear black. I should have worn black, but
I know.
yeah, I did.
Anyway, okay. So Santa Nathan is giving away 2 fat bundle bags
Two.
for this last giveaway.
Peace.
So
Two.
Eric is going to choose a winner from all of you who commented on either
So
how
we're
you
gonna-
use our products or what you'd like to use our product for.
Any comment doesn't really matter. We're going somewhere. We're choosing something. Spinning it down. Voila.
Here we go.
2 bags go
2
to the
bags.
lucky winner of Diana Merrill.
Yay.
Oh, there you go. Whew, I was running out of breath on that one. I was like, oh, Eric's going to be choosing something coming up there.
Nathan's
I used
gonna
my
need
light
to
go
right
board
now.
for paper piecing.
Yes.
Woo! We didn't really show you that too, by the way. Alignment of fabric.
Yeah,
Woo!
so great. That's so
Amazing with
amazing.
paper piecing.
Norma, this is not our last live of the year. I promise you that. We'll be back. We're doing our so long next
With Nathan's
week live.
around, we got a
And
lot
when Nathan's
going
around,
on.
We got a lot happening. So
yeah.
congratulations,
And-
Diana. Please send an email to
Support
at CutterPillar.com. Remind me that you were the winner of our 2 bags.
2 bags.
I should
three.
remember, but just in
2
case, remind
bags.
me and give us your mailing address, and we will get that
Okay.
shipped off for you, guys. It's
With
been so
that,
much fun.
thank you, everybody. Let us know. We're going to hang around for just a minute. Let us know what questions you have. We want to help answer
Any
anything
other
else you might
questions, we're
have
happy to
about the
answer.
products. Again, today we grab the Glow Classic. Let's bring that up here. We talked about fat quarter bundle bags. We've talked about the Glow Classic. If you have any questions about the Glow Classic, its profile, how it might get used. It comes with the cutting mat. We talked about the flip and fold 48. We brought in the mini. Here's the crop. Where's the crop?
The crops.
Crop. Someone's pull it out of wherever it's in. Let's get that out. We did talk about what else was there?
Oh, that's a fat quarter bundle.
Oh, we talked about the
Flex accessory
Flex
light.
accessory light with the Flex light. If you have questions on this,
Here we go. Paper cutter. Boom.
paper cutter.
Paper cutter.
So we talked about that bad boy right there. Let us know if you have any questions about anything else. Yesterday,
Go check out our video from
so
yesterday.
really
if you
quick,
didn't get a
yeah.
chance to.
Yesterday we talked about our all-in bundles. We
Comes
talked
with
about
the
the swivels. We
swivel,
talked
the
about our
glass
glass mats as part of that. Woo! So easy.
Our clamp lights.
Clamp lights.
Oh.
Yeah. Oof, there's a lot of
the
things.
Glow
we talked.
Ultra.
Glow
which
Ultra.
is
We're not going to get that out here. It's over there. We talked
over
about
there,
the Glow
yeah.
Premium too.
the
So if you
travel
have
bundle with
travel
the
bundle,
smaller
oh,
flip
yeah.
and fold and the mini
Flip
and
and fold.
the
Look at this. This is like Christmas
back.
already.
Look at this.
Boom. Another one we talked about.
so great.
Flip and fold
So
minis.
much fun. Fall Fest, you guys. So much fun.
A lot of things going on.
All right. It doesn't look like
And
there's any
so,
other
so let me
questions.
just come back. Thanks for everybody who's
Thank
been
you, guys.
helping. Thanks, Eric, behind the scenes. We have a team that helps promote this and put this out there. Thanks, Melodee, for all your time helping
Thank you. This
work
is
on the
awesome.
bundles.
Yeah.
She's had to think about why and how might somebody love to buy and do more in their home in their current space. So let
Yeah.
us know if there's any other questions. Everybody's saying thanks.
Thank you.
Take care. Everybody can log out if you've got those. Oh, grab your Santa really quick. Bring your Santa. We're not
Diane,
doing
is there a
Santa.
special on the Flex Light accessory pack? Not on its own, but there is a buy one, get one. You can get the Flex accessory
I'll
kit
go
with
pull
a
that
light
up. Let me just show you
plus
what that
an
is.
extra light for half price if you get that.
So there is a special combo on this. So what she's saying is that on this particular one right here,
Look at my Santa. I love my Santa.
yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I
So
got
if we
this
look at
piece.
our combos, well, those are not them.
Back on the Fall Fest live page.
We'll just go here.
Yep.
If we scroll down,
Scroll down.
one of our buy one get one.
I think it's on the second row from the bottom all the way to the right. Scroll up a smidge, right there to the right. Yep, there it is.
Is right here.
So you can get the Flex accessory kit with a light.
If you get the accessory, then
And
this
you get
light,
an
you
extra
save
flex
you
light.
save $25 on this kit. Is
Yep.
what happens. So you
Yep.
get that, save $25. That puts it down just under, over about $150 on that
Yep,
for
yep.
shipping.
And then you
is
get
what
2
ends up
Flex
happening.
lights and all the
2 flex light, all the
'Cause,
accessories.
I mean, ask everybody in the comments. You need more than 1 Flex light. So this is a great thing to get if you're looking at that product because you can
Yep.
get 2 Flex lights. I have like 3 or 4 at my house now because I love them all. And my husband stole one. So I had to get a different one. So that's how it goes. Beautiful. Have
Okay.
a lovely weekend, you guys. Come back to see us next week. We will be back Wednesday for our sew along. And we will also probably be back other ways next week too because we like to do it. We'll be back. I'm sure we'll be back. So Wednesday
Wonderful.
and Friday are our sew along days next week. And yeah,
Awesome.
I think
Great.
we're back on Thursday too.
Probably. Yeah,
we're
we
back
are
on
back
Thursday.
next Thursday. We'll do something else. We'll be back. So we
Yeah.
got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sign up for our newsletter and you'll get notified all the times we're doing all the fun things.
Wonderful.
Thank you guys.
Thanks,
Have
everybody.
a great weekend.
Take care.